once again, Twitch viewers. Socks on the line this week. So you can bet A team are going to be playing real hard today. Giving it the roll. They should be starting any second now. I don't see what the holdup is. Because this time they're looking to be on schedule. Kinda. The game is supposed to start when the stream starts, but it's always like the deadline's really 15 minutes later. It looks like someone on the opposing team is asked for a second or two before. Oh no, there we go, there we go. We have begun. So I'm assuming we are red side, considering A-Team's team name is owing to the fact that the support player was homeless for a little bit. Just a few days while rent arrangements were getting underway. So we're probably red side. We do see there opposing team banning the Vladimir. That's a strategy I have seen here and there. Yeah. Not expecting anything crazy with the bans. They're usually pretty much how you'd expect, really. One thing to note, though, is they're not banning Talia. That's a death sentence. Okay, we'll see here if they do. Oh, there we go. Okay. They're smart. Or they tuned into the stream and fell for my ruse. Nah, that's Taliban is expected. Oh, they snagged the poppy. Interesting. Well, that's going to be somewhat annoying considering our usual strategy of poppy jungle that we like to pull off. So that's no option for us anymore. That's just laying down the groundwork with that Senna support. interesting. Zeri is not a champ I've seen Robin play too much. I think it's Robin. Hold on. I have in the past got team members mixed up. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it is Robin on the Zeri there. Ezreal is pretty... Now, this might just be my inexperience talking, but I feel like Ezreal is a very basic champ. There's not really much going on there. I could be wrong. Okay. Maokai is a pretty solid jungle pick, I feel. Seem to be really chewing out Faye of these mid laner bans. I think Vladimir can be played top lane. That doesn't seem to be one that City plays to go for. Okay, the Riven is very much targeting to top laner there. Although, actually, they might change their mind. Lysandra, interesting. I can hear a Frenchman yelling in another room, so I don't think that Orianna pick was the intended play there from the coach. Gisante there is pretty scary, although since the patch, or nerf, or whatever it was, he is somewhat more balanced. He's still pretty strong, but... For the final pick, Sahib, our top laner, decides to go... Drumroll... Da -da 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 -da. Oh! Can Swain be played top lane? I feel like he shouldn't. I'm not a... Suppose he could. I don't know. We'll find out. Anyway... Any second now, we shall be hopping into a game. Wait, I also need to myself hop into a Discord channel. There you are, hello. Oh wait, hold on, you are muted on stream. There you go, you're live.
I
Never mind. Okay, so I think stream can hear you, but I can't.
You can't. That's not
I
good.
don't know why that is.
So chat can hear me. Okay,
Yeah, my
chat can
headset is
definitely hear me
bugged.
because I can hear
Oh,
myself.
oh no, this isn't good.
Chat, it's okay. While he's talking to himself. What did we think of the draft? And please tell me the angry German man is not in the chat.
Hold on, I can only just heard you at that last bit there. What do I think of the draft?
Oh yeah, no, we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, Zeri is a bit of an odd pick. I don't think I've seen Robin play that much Zeri.
Well, okay, Robin really likes Zeri. It's just it ain't good. It ain't good. It ain't good. It ain't good.
Okay. It's one of those scenarios. See if I can fix my audio. Never mind, I seem to be deaf to all of my computer's audio. This is not.
Best thing, I'm not gonna lie. Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe it sounds working again. Okay. Ewan, can you hear me? I can hear you. I can hear you. Okay, the stream can hear me. Yeah, I can hear myself on the stream. Alright, so just to give you an update, chat. Ewan can hear me, I can hear Ewan, you guys can hear me, but for some reason you can't hear Ewan. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm getting loud and clear. Well, I'm gonna let you fix it and talk by myself, I guess.
Testing, testing. What? Oh, there we go. Okay, I think I got it working.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. Alright,
Hey.
if our voices drop out, if one of us hasn't talked in a suspiciously long time,
Let us
just
know.
let us know.
Yeah, I only found this out because I'm monitoring like all the audio thingies, but if I'm concentrating on the game, I can't do that as
You're
much.
now right on time for the start of the game, though.
Did unfortunately miss the skins, which I'm very sad about.
It's okay. I don't think we were favored, so it's fine. I'm trying to have a look right now, but
Swain top lane. That's
yeah,
a
the
thing
cookery.
that can
No,
happen?
that was some cookery I'm okay with, honestly. So here's the thought, right. Outside of the rest of the draft, which isn't necessarily something I'm entirely pleased about,
Yeah.
here's the thought. Swain will just drain tank. You know how Cassandra just keeps going and going and don't stop going, right? Yeah, Swain will just drain tank him and slow him down. Same thing will happen to Poppy, and same thing will happen to Akali. And because Ezreal is not the highest DPS AD carry, he's not a threat of just being burnt down. So if he ever gets ahead, nothing kills the Swain, okay? I'm telling you. Nothing kills the
Okay.
Swain.
So the Swain is going to be our
It
saving
was
grace.
such cook. Also,
Our knight in shining armor.
Cassandra kinda got really, really nerfed.
Yeah,
Somewhat recently.
I know he did get one nerf. Has he been nerfed again?
I don't know how many you've received. I know his win rate dropped a whole 5%, though.
Oh.
Which is pretty rough. But, so he's not the monster he used to be. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Poppy Maokai, a classic. Didn't get to see the Riven. I would have picked the Riven earlier, you know, for a Riven one trick, but like it is unplayable with Poppy top.
Yeah, I was gonna say they didn't ban the Riven, but I guess Poppy.
No, they banned it phase 2. So like phase 1 I would
really?
have picked it. Yeah, phase 1 I would have picked it. The problem is like it is really scary if they just move the Poppy to top.
No,
right?
they banned Lysandra. I just went.
Well, he said he prefers Swain anyways. But it's just kind of scary. If they ever choose to move the Poppy to top, or like if she gets on top of the Riven in the fight, like she puts up W, oh, big Senna, they told me. It'll be fine, they told me. Down 2 sums.
Yikes.
But she's not dead and the Zeri's popping off. So we're okay.
Oh, she's very, very low, still hanging in there. I don't think that's... That is true, that is true. The sustain is there.
Expanded by the Ezreal, and he is also kinda low. He's gonna burn through a lot of pots. Senna has a few pots of her own that she can use. Akali's gonna go forward, but the auto attack trade from Orion is kinda nasty this early on. So the reply is gonna be very severe. You see, she's just gonna heal up the Senna. She's still like the pots are still ticking. And only just now, so we're okay.
Okay, we're good, we're good.
The good news is Ezreal has to be a little bit careful about just stepping forward or eating forward now. Because like, he is like 400 HP. If a few too many auto attacks or abilities hit, he's gonzo, you know? But yeah, I think we'll see action, because I think the top laners want to scrap. Thresh obviously wants to scrap, right?
Oh yeah.
The jungle are gonna meet each other at the scuttle. They can buy Snapex for UCS. Oh, actually no, it's second by the Maokai. He just skipped Krug, so he's a bit down in XP. But he's gonna get double scuttle because the Oriana has Prio and Poppy can't really move through mid. Otto's gonna try, but he can't really get much done. They're gonna try to go for it anyways, but like you can't move through this Poppy. Like the Oriana will take so much HP.
Yeah.
They're gonna go forward.
Oh,
I think dead.
that's a pretty.
Flashes, still dies. Blue buff to Oriana level 4 is. Oh, Kali is spam pinging her mid laner.
They dug deep and were rewarded.
Oh, yeah. Too greedy. You just let the Maokai have the scuttle. You don't have mid prio. You like, it's GG. You know, you just let it go. Instead, we gave blue buff and first blood to Oriana. Oh, another hook lands. This is not too bad, and Ezreal's gonna take a lot of reply damage. Ease away from the root.
Ooh.
Have to be a little careful, but they have a Maokai here first. There's just HP traded. You have to be a little careful of Ignite coming back up before heal.
See, both junglers down here,
This.
smelling the blood.
There's an possibility. Oh, the Senna's gone. Yeah, and I think the pin's gonna go with him. No, he's just gonna flash away. Ah, yeah. Pick Senna, they told me. It'll be fine, they told me. Anyways, mid is now looking really good. Top lane, the Swain is just doing Swain things to Cassante. He's gonna try to pick up a plate nice and early on. Some pretty good CS numbers already, actually. I don't think FaZe missed like 1, 2 maybe? What a Chad. And he killed the Poppy.
Faye up 11 on the Akali there. That's pretty nice to see.
But like, blue buff early on a mage mid lane is
Yeah.
playable. And now he gets the back, and because he has so much prio back, look where he is in the lane, right? He's not gonna miss anything. Akali had to TP to catch the wave. So he's now up just a fresh TP. Which means that any point in this lane, he can just choose to go drag or trade HP, right?
He took TP this time.
He did. I've roasted him enough about it. He's heard enough of
He saw the
losing
light.
first rate because he always has to back around like 6-7 minutes, and therefore we don't have no mid pressure Thunder and Dragon. Anyways, it's not like we have a whole lot of bot pressure this game, anyways. Thresh not being too fun. Now this is the part of the lane where it's a bit awkward as Oriana. You have to be a little careful that the Akali doesn't all in you. Although if she does that and just starts like going forward, you're taking 3 damage in the lane. This is really good from Faye. He might not get the kill. It's gonna be close, but at the very least, he's gonna force.
That's gonna force her back.
Akali, like, yeah, super far out. Poppy can't even really gag this. It's gonna be very hard. I mean, it's not like the Oriana's under much threat from just the Poppy, right? Akali can't go forward. She'll just get blown up. So she's just gonna crash this wave, and they have full prio pings going onto the Drake. They have prio bot as well. I think this is just gonna be a clean first Drake for Edinburgh. Oriana has to be a little careful. Commits the flash. I don't know how this Akali healed so much. I guess double pot use and the Doran shield. It's gonna be flashed down, but still, like there's a lot of mid prio here. Akali has to gonna sack her HP for the wave. They're gonna take the Drake. It's gonna be a solidified advantage as well as the 1k gold from just the CS numbers.
Very, very nice.
We are feeling pretty good. And the invade onto red buff. They're gonna look for the Akali, but the Shroud doing its work. All in top lane. He's gonna go for it with the Swain ult. Now he doesn't heal a whole lot off it. Misses E. Which is a bit unfortunate. He's gonna land everything else. I think this is just continuous chip damage. And you see the Swain just doesn't really take damage in these trades. Now there is now the Cassante ult available and no Swain ult to reply. Which is gonna be nice for him, but still this one is just gonna sit here, keep poking him out. And keep scaling like a monster. Once he gets to Leandries, he can absolutely scrap all day, any day.
We seem to have backed off a little from the Drake. Oh!
Yeah, they didn't take the Drake. I don't know why. They started it. And then halfway through decided they couldn't. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe a little scared of
They got bored.
not having Oriana flash or lacking mid prio, but they have both lanes on prio again, and this they can't really do anything because he has no TP and he's locked top lane, so I think now you can try to go for it again.
Alkai was in the pit there.
Poppy's found, she's gonna try to go on the center, but flash away, nice. Engage going in from the Zeri, knock away the Maokai, so this is kind of a 3v3, they have to be careful. Nice fail though! Trying to support's gonna find the AD carry as well. They get the Zeri ult reset, they're gonna look for the jungler quickly. Gets it. That's 3 for 0. and the Drake are calling nowhere to be found. That mid-pro of the Orianna, I think Faye would just tell you he is just more talented than the enemy mid laner,
That's what we like to see.
who is a bit of a flop. But yeah, we're chilling.
These socks are ours.
These socks are ours. It's only 5 pairs though. So sad. Apparently, the boys are gonna try to argue to get a 6th for Mr. Coach. But it's gonna be the admins are only 5.
Oh
This is
man.
kind of the best of the rest. Wooden spoon, you know. Oh, hook lands onto the center. Gotta go over it. Sends the lanterns. I think that's a dead center. It's a very cute play from the Thresh. Gets her shield up. They're gonna try to save her. Zeri blocks the Qs.
Damn.
Kind of terrible.
She
Doesn't
lives?
get a W, but she does force the flash.
Oh, very...
The Ezreal Q was kind of close.
Yeah.
She is
They-
on vision.
Too close for comfort.
They're gambling. They are bringing Maokai down here. Nice W hits on both. Thresh hook misses. Flash over by. Oh, yeah, he's feeling himself. He's going.
He's hungry.
So both AD carries end up flashing for ego plays. A classic, really. Maokai got a flash forward as well. He's looking for the Thresh. Pops the ult. Flash away from Thresh. So just 4 random flashes. And no kills in the end. But at least we're getting action. And Herald taken by Pop.
Very, very true.
So I think advantage UCL, but you are down 3k already. It's a rough position to be in. Swain is becoming a bit of a monster, up 30 CS already, and he's picked up 2 plates. Oh! Zerial just killed an Ezreal. And it's not AP Zeri, folks. Orianna ult completely misses. The Volt, the backflip there, oh, means that she's gonna be in trouble because she still doesn't have flash, and I think she already expended phase rush, so there's not much of a way out. The Kali ult expanded, but doesn't find it, but Poppy ult enough of a lockdown to guarantee the kill. That's gonna be 3 plates falling bot. With the Ezreal's death, Marco is going to be able to catch mid, so we're not too sad about it. Poppy is going bot, she's going to look for the kills, but it is being respected by the bot lane. I don't think anything should come off this. And top lane, Swain is looking for the 3rd blade, should be able to get it with the Demolish proc. He's going to walk forward, it's just 30 HP, I think it just fell. There we go, so another 135 gold there. Herald's going to be expended bot. Cute play considering you've just got your Ezreal back and you have jungle advantage. But that Poppy is taking a lot of free damage. Plate's still gonna go over. Ezreal trying to get some work done. Not enough. It seems pretty dominant. Honestly, it's just kind of a lane diff, apart from
Yeah.
some of the shenanigans bot lane, which have been more 3v3s than 2v2s. Swain picks up the 4th blade. He's actually working on the 5th. I'm telling you, he was cooking with this. Swain picked up lane. With up 40?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I was skeptical at first, but it seems to be working out pretty well.
I think the Cassante just can't all in him, right? Where usually Cassante has these
Yeah.
windows with his ult. But it's kind of scary to just go. It's kind of like playing into Alawi, you know? If you go into melee range of her to like do these big all-in trades, they're on vision. I don't think they're not respecting that. Yeah, it's like you know the Alawi is just gonna be a huge pain. This is just a really greedy back. That means they can't back anymore. And they're gonna be stuck on the tower. Yeah, bit awkward. But hey ho. They are pinging Swain TP. That could be coming ball. So they're worried blue team about a potential flank ward behind them. I think it'd be really cute if they had a ward pretty deep, you know, and you TP the Swain in behind both the bot lane. That'd be really scary.
Oh.
But nothing for now. I really want to see Swain go into Rylai's though. That's when the champ becomes really obnoxious. And he just sits in the middle of your team, right? Slowing everyone, keeping you in his ult, constantly draining HP. I mean, Leandra is very important to fight top lane. But having the Rylai's to help out, I think you can just go for the tower, just proc Demolish and kill it. What is he gonna do? Yeah, there we go. First tower goes over to Swain. He's just gonna pop the ult as well, just to heal up. He's just gonna pop Ghost as well and say like, I'm gonna stand next to you. Oh, gonna get
but it.
couple skill shots. Flash forward, but you see, he just runs around him. Has to dodge a Q3, does so, and then now it's just a free kill.
Damn. Okay.
See what I mean? I mean, he walked
Easily
into his
done.
face. The idea is you poke him out first a little bit to make this less scary, and you don't walk straight into his face, but he did it for the tower, and he can do that to him. Obviously, being up 50 CS kinda helps in first tower. Gank coming bot, both mid and jungle hit. The AD carry's not far away. Zeri gonna pop the ult, try to get away. She's so speedy with the ghost as well, able to do so. TP coming in from Orianna bot. Support is gonna fall, but you are retreating when you invested for bot lane, and your tower's gonna fall, so I think that's pretty much an even play overall. Plus 5k, stock getting closer and closer. And the Drake gonna go over. Now no hack stack, no the Drake not gonna go over. Happy pulling
Oh!
off the Madlag plays. TP coming in from Cassandra as well, but Swain's already here. He doesn't have ult of Ghost, so this Swain is not really effective. Without the summons, he's got to
Wait, a
get the
jungler
win.
for a jungler.
Nah, you've used your mid laner as well. It is a
Oh,
2v2, but Swain's gonna go with
no.
no ult. You see the champ is kinda like, yeah, he's gonna pick up some stacks. But you need to fight with those cooldowns if you're Edinburgh. And that was not one of them. You've also lost the Drake. So while you are still up a good chunk of gold, momentum a bit stunted. And that's a shame because it's actually a mountain Drake, so very good soul despite the fact that we don't have Ocean and Hextech available. But that's still, they are probably still the much better scaling comp. Obviously Senna Zeri, despite being a questionable lane, has ridiculous scaling potential. Orianna, very, very strong. Swain, monster, drain tank. The more AP, the more health he gets. Has an infinite scaling in his kit. Maokai, very salvageable. And on the other side, Cassante, nice. Scales fairly well, but eventually a tank does fall off, right? Akali,
Yeah.
very strong on 2-3 items, not great afterwards. Ezreal doesn't go to crit for an AD carry, so same thing goes for him. Thresh, frankly a bit awful with items. Sorry for any Thresh mains. He's really just a utility bot. So this just gets easier and easier the longer the game goes on for Edinburgh. At least when we get past 2.5 items. On 2 and 2.5 items, you're really quite strong for this UCL team, as long as you're not too far behind. The problem is you need to be on 2.5 items before Edinburgh reach 3.5, right? I'm
Yeah.
sure they've just failed. And right now you're not on pace because this Vayne, oh, they're gonna go for the Thresh pick. 2 ults invested already, lockdown through. He still flashes away, it's going to get away. Akali's going through, they get him. She's gonna try to execute the jungle, does so, but now she's gonna pay for her life for it. 2 for 1 going through. Ezreal has expended E, he has to be a little careful, he gets tagged by W, has to flash away. Cassante is gonna go forward, but he's taking so much damage, he doesn't have Mythic done. He's super squishy, this Cassante, he falls as well. The Swain is still drain tanking, he's healing, and he's healing, and there is no anti-heal on the enemy team.
Yeah. I mean, if all the things you're saying
And
about Swain, seems like he's a bit of a teamfight monster.
He's just such a nuisance. You either dump all your damage into him, and maybe you kill him, and at the same time they kill you, or you don't, and he will slowly chip away at your health bar, and slow you, and just sit in front of your face. I mean, he's just a nuisance. And now that he's so far ahead as well, Rylai's is gonna come through on next back. He's gonna pick up the Herald as well. Senna not gonna get her stacks from the Herald. A bit of a
And what does Rylai's do for those not in the know? And that totally does not include me.
Any ability hit slows by 30% now. Which
Ah,
counts on every tick of Swain ult.
I see. So he's
see the
becoming
problem?
even more of a
He's
nuisance.
a huge nuisance. And then his Q on a 2-second cooldown. Bam! You're slowed every time. AoE. His E, you get tagged. Bam! You're slowed. W.
Just can't go anywhere.
So annoying. Super annoying with the burn build. I don't know if he's gonna go into tank or more AP. I think going into more tanky-ish, maybe a demonic could be nice as well. But like just a huge HP bar. They're gonna try to collapse on mid, 3-man. The TP gonna come in from the Swain. Akali ult invested, but she doesn't find the kill. And now this Swain with Rylai's Thresh is gonna be the sacrificial lamb.
Goodbye.
They're gonna look for Swain. Oh, the failed. He's huge. Gets the AD carry as well. Yeah, that is the one good tool you have. You can use Poppy ult to boot Swain out, right? Let his ult run out, and when he doesn't have ult, he's not nearly as annoying. But he's kind of a...
I feel like
a
the
subpar
scales
lane for
have tipped into our favor.
But they already were.
Past a certain threshold, at least.
Yeah.
It seems to be scaling exponentially. you know.
Remember when I was telling you they need to reach 2.5 items before we reach 3.5? Well, they're gonna go for the play. They look for the Zeri, they get the step at frozen, so she doesn't E away, she's popped Ghost, but she does survive, she's just so far ahead on 2 items over the Poppy that's just on 1. I think Poppy mis-executed the combo, missing a Thunder proc would have killed the Zeri, but still that's just another kill going over. FaZe looking for the support, W comes from the Swain, another kill. Greedy flash from the support trying to KS it, but he doesn't get it. Turret falls. And yeah, I mean, we're talking about how they need to get to that mid-game power spike before we just kill, right? But everybody's already up an item, Ewan. I mean, there is no mid-game power spike coming for
No.
this UCL team. Dragon gonna go over.
Unfortunately, not Soul, thanks to that Poppy steal.
No. No. Oh, Swain somehow got a proc, I think, on the Ezreal with this W there. So Ewan, do you know what the Swain passives do?
Oh, is it something to do with healing?
So yeah, when he gets a stack, on getting it, he heals for a good chunk, about almost 150 health.
Yeah.
But the stacks also give him 12 permanent health, I think it is.
I see,
So
I
that
see.
champ that's just so annoying, right?
He just becomes tankier because he exists.
Yes. But every time he lands an E or a W, or someone dies next to him, more HP for the rest of the game, which means he's even harder to kill. It is not very fun. So he's gonna keep infinitely scaling. Obviously, the more they fight as well, the more stack he's able to pick up, right? More abilities land, more people die. It's already on 26, which means an extra 300 health for him. Senna, meanwhile, since we seem to be having a infinite stack comp, is on 86 stacks. It's already getting about 65 AD, 80 range, and 60% crit chance. Sorry, 40% crit chance. But I want to draw your attention, Mr. Yuan, to the 2.5 items on my Zeri.
Ah,
And the two
i.e.
fully completed items
Storm Razor.
with the Oriana.
Oh.
These carries now hurt like a truck. But you have one shiny light, the UCL, and that's the Akali. Proto Belt, Shadow Flame, Pen Boots, he has a crap ton of flat magic pen. Any squishy is going to blow up, and speaking of squishies, one is hooked. and does not live for very long, but actually with the shields and heals, stays for a little bit longer than expected.
And here's the Swain. Oh! Yeets it away.
Look, his ult's gonna run out. He needs to try to get back in there, but now he's not useful. They've killed the Maokai as well. That's just a 2 for 0. Swain's gonna go back to forward, but he doesn't have the ult to keep healing. And now his damage is kinda pitiful. He's gonna look for the Xante, but not able to find him, and everybody gets out from UCL. It's a great escape. A lot of blue members. Oh, Faye, nice ult! Gets one in reply. Ezreal ease away. So everybody on UCL side really low. But mostly alive? And that's what matters. You've picked up a couple shutdowns. You've slowed down the Edinburgh pace. There's no Baron on the card for another little bit because you need your members to respawn, get back on the map. And this is the little steps. Poppy's reached 2 items. Xante is just, I'm sorry, but like this guy is just gonna be a ward for the rest of the game.
Yeah, oh no.
He's a 1.5 item at 22 minutes, okay? Like, the 80 carries are about to hit 3. He's just made of paper mache at this point. Poppy going forward, gonna try to go for the Zeri, but she's kinda has to run away quickly.
Put herself between a rock and a hard place there.
Yeah, Senna tagged by the Ezreal. They already saw this Baron nonetheless. They know Akali's bot has no TP. They have Swain TP if they need to bring her up, so this is an artificial 4v5. UCL now see this. Baron was already halfway there. They have to commit in, but it's kind of hard to face check into this. You don't have vision. Thresh gonna do it.
Swain teleporting in.
Out of the pit, so this is gonna be a smite fight. Oh, goes the way of the Maokai. Nice 3-man ult by the Oriana. Swain's only just TPing in now. Has come in with the ult, and now the fight's gonna turn. Zeri ult is through, Swain ult is through. 2 down already. Poppy is not long for the world. The shields and heals are keeping the center alive way longer than she should. The tree is gonna fall to the Akali, but that's all the Akali's gonna be able to get. She's gonna look for the AD carry as well. But that's 4 down, Baron down, only survivor is Ezreal. And it's not a pretty tale to tell. 10k gold advantage. Almost 11, actually.
Yikes.
Yeah. And he's going for the tank build, by the way, on Swain. They went for that Abyssal Mask. Getting a bit more ammo and reducing enemy ammo for his top side as well, making it very easy to play. I'm kind of confused, actually, now I look at it. You have 3 AP gamers on the top side, right?
Yeah?
Yeah, why did we go for armor items? First on Poppy, and the Iceborne Gauntlet.
Oh.
I mean, I feel like we kind of shot ourselves in the foot, you know? Like these, for the first 25 minutes or 20 minutes, you were mostly fighting full AP, and you rushed armor. I think that's a bit of a blunder. Could have made your life a lot easier. Anyways, they are going back towards the third Drake here. Poppy has shown she's adept at stealing these objectives, and almost did so with the Baron. Thresh gonna go forward, takes a lot of damage for it. Both landing on the Swain, but he has a blue pot, I think. So he's actually completely safe. He's purchased the book as well, Ewan. So
Oh, the
Swain's
book.
on 4 items and pot. He is huge. He's huge. Maokai ult goes through, gonna start healing up the team. They look for a pick, they find the Cassante. Kali's gonna go for try to assassinate the backline. All the ults are coming through to keep it alive though, and she has the ult out. 1 down, 2 down. Akali can't fight, she's sub 500 HP. They found the Ezreal as well. Poppy is running away as fast as she can. They're leaving the Drake behind. Do finish Drake at some point, guys. I know the kills are great. Oh, we don't know what's fine too. Boop. There we go. And that's gonna be the Drake as well. They're gonna pick up all the towers. Poppy makes it out, just about. I like how they always leave one behind, you know, the Edinburgh team. It's like sends them home, like tell the others what happened here today. Tell them so they know not to defy us no more. This is that kind of story. Like Poppy gonna try to cut the wave, but with only a Thresh in support. I'm surprised the team didn't just go for the end there. I think Faye had the right idea, right? Look at the damage
Yeah.
going on the tower. She had
Well,
the
I think it
of the
was
team.
Faye teleported in, and then they were getting there
Grabbing the rest of the
so
team,
much
staying
earlier.
for the bot towers instead. Probably
Ah.
especially with that blue pot on Swain, right? Instead they are gonna get the secondary. They do still get an inhib, obviously. Hook lands onto the Swain, but I don't think that's the target you were looking for. He's gonna be able to ult. He starts healing again. He's tanking tower though. I think he's a bit of a greedy. 1,000 gold going over to the Akali. The book stacks -10, although +2 right after that for the assist. Thresh flashes forward, but this guy is just a bit of a ball. I'm not gonna lie. He's kind of mega useless. 0-9 on the Thresh. Yikes. And at the end of the day,
Oh.
despite a cute little engage there, still a 2-for-1 for Edinburgh. You did get a huge shot on Akali, which means she is gonna get closer to that third item, and we have seen she can do damage. But the problem is all the items on that Edinburgh team and all them stacks that just keep going up. I mean, they keep going up. Senna, 105.
Yep.
We've reached the
Senna,
breakpoint.
Swain.
Yeah.
It's all.
I'm gonna check Swain when he comes back alive after his little, you know.
Oh, can you not
trip
check
to
him
the
while
death
he's
chamber.
dead?
No, I need to click on the character model.
And
37, plus 444 HP. The man is gambling. We've seen him with the book, and he is coming up heads. Oh, and Zeri's on 4.5 items. Now, admittedly, as much as the Zeri pick was flamed by various people, myself included. 8-0-11. The my man has ridden that poor laning phase and just team fought his way all the way to a huge gold lead. I mean, he's up like an entire item on Ezreal, maybe a bit more. Nice pull back onto this Cassante. It's gonna be a little bit of damage, and they're just gonna throw the Maokai ult to deny the defense of that bot tower. Gonna mean a second inhib falls. Baron has fallen, but it doesn't really matter when you have a 15,000 gold lead. Cassante is melting. Kali's gonna go. She's going for the play. Can she delete someone? Swain ult is committed. But yeah, as soon as Swain ult comes through, she has to ult away, and now you have no threat up to the backline anymore. Ezreal just doesn't do damage. Cassante is still a ward, and this Poppy is kind of sitting here. Well, guys, I can find some people, but like, I have no follow-up. Who's gonna help me out, team?
does look like the game is coming to a close.
This game is about to finish up, I think.
Yeah.
Kali tries, but she can't really do much. Poppy falls. Faye whiffs another ult, but it doesn't really matter. Flash walls by both AD carries. They don't quite pick up the poppy, but it's not really gonna matter. They get it now. It's just as real. Casper suicides to the fountain. I can respect it. Fresh hook gonna mean Faye falls. 900 gold. Over. And for the Nexus, that is not a good trade. GG's in the chat. And we're one game closer to the Sox.
The socks.
The Sox. I'm gonna go prep a second draft.
Okie dokie.
But once that's
I'll
done, I will
see
be right
you
back.
when you get back.
If you have any suggestions from me, any picks you liked, I will take them into account.
I'm not sure any picks I would make are suitable for this level of play.
You never know, a bit of creativity. You know,
I don't know. Is Jin viable?
I'll take it into account. Yeah.
That's a no. That's a solid no.
I'll see you in a bit.
Goodbye. Well. Let's see if I can get these game stats up on screen for you all. So yeah, Swain there, top damage, was expected. Ariana and Zeri also super high up there with those crazy builds. Yeah. Game did indeed happen. To check. See when the next game is. See if we can't figure that out. Could be starting. It's always scheduled for Q2. However, as we all know, NUEL games take forever to begin. So it's most likely going to be in around 20-ish minutes, starting 8 PM, at the very latest. So I shall see you all then. Okie dokie. Very quick on the draw there. Draft is begun at the scheduled time. Incredible. So again, the bans, same as last time. It looks like it will continue to be so until these first picks go through. We are now on blue side, giving us priority for any champs that we really want to see. I recall... Oh, okay. Malphite ban and the Orianna. Oh, Pantheon. I'm a big fan of that. I'm happy to see that man there. Never mind, it's Poppy. Oh, they're stealing the... oh boy. That is rude. Incredibly rude. I don't know, they're kind of hovering us, so they could be baiting, but... that does go through. Yikes. However, in response, we get our Riven. Acceptable to the counter pick in top lane, though. We'll have to see what they bring out in response to that. Interesting to see them banning the Senna and Zeri there, considering all of the things people were saying about that combo last game. Top laner shifting from K'Sante to Ornn. Hopefully going to be doing more than being a walking ward, like they were last game. Very heavily punished by the Swain last game. Okay. I'm happy to see Samira. Big Samira fan. And in response to this Ornn in top lane... Actually, no, never mind. We already picked top lane. That was the Riven. Which one are we missing? Easy win? Yeah, we are 100% getting these socks today. Oh, the Blitzcrank support. Those grabs get landed. Oh. Yeah. I think that draft is better than what we had last time. I'll shift us over to the client here. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. He's back. I'm feeling a bit better about the draft this time. I don't know about you.
Are you? I'm glad you are. Look,
Why?
I'm not gonna lie, I have made the assessment, and so has the team, that we are just better.
Okay.
And because of this, we have gone for a bit more. How would you put it? A little more poco loco, you know? A little bit more fun.
Oh, apparently they can't hear the French well.
Sorry, I will speak as close to my microphone as possible. Maybe you can
Yeah,
boost me a little bit.
I did boost you a little bit there, yeah.
Okay. I hope that's a little bit better. Anyways, yeah, so we have, all the guys, the Riven top, a classic, the Poppy
Classic.
jungle, a classic.
Yep.
Zoe is a pick that Faye has been wanting me to draft for him for. I mean, like, a lot. So I was like,
Well, here we have it.
Oriana. He played Oriana last game for me, so I'll let him play the grief pick mid, even if it's
Yeah.
not necessarily good. And then we have Robin on his main, and Casper on just a fun pick, right? So the guys are here to have fun. It's not necessarily the best pick. But to be fair, Zoe Blitzcrank into all those 4 squishies. If they find someone, they will kill them. We don't have a great way of killing Ornn, but Samira can just pop off. Riven Ornn is still a good lane. It's not totally fucked, is all I'm saying, Is it gonna be favorable?
That's good to hear.
Probably not. If it was like even players, right? And everyone's relatively comfortable with their champions. I would give this like a 70-30. Knowing that if it was even players, but knowing we're on our one tricks, I'm more like 60-40,
I see.
And then now knowing that we're just the better team after first game, by far, really is 60-40 our way, despite the draft. How you feeling with my logic so far?
I mean, as they say, the numbers don't lie.
The numbers do not lie, and I did say a lot of numbers.
Or a lot of numbers said. That's how you know you can trust someone.
And I would never lie.
Of course you won't. You're an angel.
I mean, the other thing as well is we have a 100% win rate against these guys so far,
Yeah, the statistics don't lie either.
That's a very high win rate.
Just brush the error bars, confidence intervals under the rug. Don't need to see those.
No. Well, am I lying to you though? It is true, right? 100% win rate.
Oh, 100%, 100%.
We've never lost. Never lost. This is feeling pretty good. If you went into this as a solo queue game, knowing you have always beaten the other gamer and you're on your main, this would be the nice thing. The other thing as well, right? On a more serious note, the team is feeling pretty chill, right? Pretty happy, pretty in the mood for stuff. They're on their picks. The enemy team just lost on a really serious comp, right? When we can agree stars, and they lost hard. And now we've just done something completely new. So not only are they under pressure, they're kind of double under pressure because we're playing grief picks. And even if they win this game, we could go back into a proper team comp and they'd have to fight again really hard, right? Whereas we have a lot of leeway, we can go happy, go easy. And it makes a difference when you're in game, you know, if you're kind of relaxed, you'll go forward more plays, and like sometimes you just need a bit of confidence, you know?
So,
Yeah.
what you're saying is we have the mental advantage.
I mean, huge, massive mental advantage. If there was like a little stat bar in front of like all our guys, you know, like the mental bar.
It'd
I
be
mean,
big
like,
and
ours
green.
is overflowing. We have like big green and a little bit of like gray on the side for the extra, you know. If we ever
Oh,
take
damn.
damage, it's like spare. That was like we're so good right now.
We have mental
so good.
overshield.
Actually, there is no way this goes wrong. I guarantee it. Guarantee. Anyways, 30
I
seconds before we get into draft.
won't quote you on that, just in case.
Quote me when we win.
I'll quote you. Yeah, exactly. If we lose, that was never said.
That was the other me. Sorry. I don't know who took the mic for a second.
The Shadow Tristan.
Yeah, that's right. My very evil alter ego. Oh, sorry, one sec. I am still a little bit sick, so if I cough a little bit, guys, I'm sorry. Do my best to not cough straight into the mic and completely destroy your earbuds.
I think the mic should filter out coughing.
Oh, that's pretty
Probably. Well, mine does, and you got the same model, so.
good. Yeah, that's hopeful. Anyway,
Anyway.
skin-wise, ooh, kinda close actually.
We do see
There's
there.
all nice skins on both sides. I'm just kind of saying it's a draw.
Opponent
Loki, they
Talia.
kind of won a little bit.
I was gonna say.
their skins a little bit.
Yeah, the opponent Talia stealing the Fae
Face
pick and the
classic,
Fae skin.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of great actually. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't have the face skills.
That
That
is
might have
very
been probably
true.
the thing to steal if you were messed
Of,
up.
of all the things to take, it would be the skills.
Yeah. Anyways, it's gonna be 4 stacks on both sides, but they're not gonna see each other because they're gonna seesaw.
They're
around.
going Talia jungle.
So 5 stack bot against 5 stack top. Riven's gonna go over the wall, hope to find someone, but doesn't. So I think. So funny enough now here, because we invaded, we're fairly confident they 5 stacked, right? Because there's not one of them on their side of the jungle.
Yeah.
Whereas they don't really know what the fuck we're doing. And we have a blitzcrank, right? So shenanigans are afoot, honestly, or could be afoot. But they don't really know, and it's kind of scary here if you're, let's say, Leah or the Ornn trying to reclaim your topside jungle, because you don't know if blitzcrank stayed, right? Or how many people stayed in your red side jungle. Or where the vision is. When they, you know, it's just really scary, very dark. I think we're just gonna see. He is gonna walk in. This man has a big pair of kahunas.
This is an ambush.
He is gonna drops the ward. They're just gonna kill the ward, and I think it's gonna be traded side in jungle.
Yeah.
Blitzcrank's, he spots it. He's gonna try to hook the blue buff, I think, but they're just gonna pull it away. He's just being a little bit of a prick, really. This is just gonna be a blind hook. He forced another wall. Yeah, it's like. I'll be okay, right? He drops the ward and the Q, but it goes nowhere. You have to respect the attempt. He's gonna give some gold to Lulu. It's kind of whatever. Overall, honestly, not much happens apart from the fact that it's gonna be a split map, so the Ornn's gonna be pretty isolated, but so is that Samira. Blitzcrank took a fair bit of damage, actually. I would not want to be Mr. Mashiro, honestly. He gets a nice trade, but we have seen Zahid pull some nasty things on the ribbon.
Yeah.
And
It's
once
like-
he gets ahead,
Fae Talia levels.
yeah, I mean, the problem with Zahid is it's death by 1,000 cuts, you know? He doesn't kill
Yeah.
you over and over, he kills you once, twice to get the lead. And then he just ensures you never get a minion again. And he just slowly turns you into a ward, you know? Because you can't walk up to the wave, because he's just gonna do that kind of stuff, like left, right, bam, 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 there goes your health bar, you know? Talia is gonna come top. But this is really interesting, because it should be a split map, so I think Sahib is expecting that he shouldn't have the enemy jungler here. And he should be expecting this right. But at the same time, this is why you don't go gank on a split map, because your top laner is just gonna die to first blood, and now you come in the wave! Have to flash away, Poppy's right behind. And where are you gonna go, Talia? You know Poppy started on your red side. Your red's gone, your Raptor's gone, so this is gonna massively slow down your clear, right? And Poppy's just gonna clear down her entire camps. And this Riven, she's gonna clear up the wave and get the fuck out of here. TP back. Oh, doesn't have TP. The walk back. Now the only salvage grace is TP got on the big wave that was crashing on the tower, right? So she's not gonna lose too much. Blitzcrank goes wide. Swing and miss from him. He's also down a little bit of XP. Probably from that early trade with the Lulu in the river. Anyways, Zoe seems to be having a fairly good time, already up 10 CS. Blitzcrank hook does hit this time, and Lulu's in a bit of trouble. Heal and exhaust expended already, but Samir's gonna wait up the exhaust. Ignite this down. No, they are a little bit careful of the Talia coming down. They're gonna wait for the Poppy to show up behind them. I think they know Talia is here. There is no combat sums on either end, but all flashes. Talia down flash, there's no possibility of flash W yet. She's gonna be dropped. And the hook back into tower now, but that stops the E. And the polymorph means the kill is replied, so 1-for-1 in the end. A very nice hook from Casper, but equally nice reply from the Poppy. Nice stun onto the AD carry. It's gonna mean a kill going to Fade. They're gonna look to see if they can get the Poppy. I don't know how long do we have on Blitzcrank hook. Double lands, forces the flash of the Lulu. That's gonna be the end of that. Meanwhile, top lane is the classic Sahib, forces another flash. He's gonna go for the dive. Little too overeager. But still. It's gonna mean Ornn back to base, no TP this time. I don't think Ornn gets to stay here. I think he's in danger of dying. I don't know how... I don't think we're gonna see 6 on the Riven just yet, so he's not just gonna get ulted by Riven and die. Yeah, no, that 6 not gonna reach, but... He has popped a lot of pots. So I think he might just be able to catch this on the tower and do his best, but there's no way he can contest the Riven. She is gonna get first back again. Maybe he tries to get a freeze, but that's a lot of minions. No, he's just gonna blow up the wave, try to keep up on tempo. An Infernal Drake. That's the first Drake. We see a lot of blue team around there already.
Rather quiet for now.
Oh, Blitzcrank's gonna look for a hook.
Oh.
Doesn't land. Kinda close though. Dex is
Yeah,
already
if
level
it did
6.
land, that would be bad
Quite
news for
nice.
the
I think it's a
Vex.
cute little attempt, right? They have wave shove bot lane, so they're not really losing anything for this. Could
Yeah,
that be the
yeah.
kill? It doesn't end up being one, but who really cares?
Where's
Probably
the
will pick up
attempt?
that pink wall. And they just come back, and they haven't even lost the cannon. Or have they? Throw Blitz Hook. Get the cannon. Get cannon with Blitz Hook. Do it, Casper!
Oh, I don't think he's going
Doesn't
to... No.
He gets it. It's all good. Talia top. I can't find anything. And Zoe's trying to run down on that wave that is pushing. This is kind of really awkward for the UCL bot lane now. New World comes down. Zoe not going to be able to find an angle. Meanwhile, Poppy is kind of just... So having Poppy beat 2 camps up of Talia, by the way, is unheard of. I mean, Talia clears super fast. But somehow, because of this early game and the failed gank top lane... Oh, this one's going to head flash in. With a nice polymorph timing means no knock-up yet. It's going to get rooted as well by the side, taking a lot of damage. W goes from the Samira to try to block a little bit of incoming damage. Ignite is expanded, but they're not going to get much out of it. Yeah, having Poppy ahead from that early failed gank this far up means it's actually kind of hard as Talia. You're gonna get the smite on the scuttle, so that's nice. But you're supposed to be the one that gets ahead, that keeps clearing quicker, right? The momentum comes in your favor, but yeah, right now you're not. Which means the Poppy still has loads of gank angles while you can't keep up and you're trying to farm up to that point. And meanwhile, your lanes are kind of bleeding again. You're down 10 CS bot. You're down 20 top. Your mid lane is falling behind as well.
I know, winning on all fronts here.
Talia, right? Like last game he had the Poppy, he could find gank angles, but now you're on Talia, you're relying on your lanes to set you up. And there's not a whole lot of setup in these lanes. Lulu not great, Vex has some, but it's kind of hard to land. And Ornn is just kind of left by himself. Whoa, Casper walks way too far forward, and this is kind of a trap by the Talia. They're gonna lose 2 for this, maybe 3.
Oh no.
Flash away. I think there was a little grief. They knew they had the Poppy here, but complete disrespect to the fact that the Talia could also be around the area. Even if she wasn't in the bush, she could have ulted in very quickly.
Once again, it's that overconfidence sort of seeping in.
Yeah. But I think that's the reality check. They're gonna lose the Drake as well, so hopefully they
Yep.
refocus now.
A little bit of a wake up.
Actually, they might not even fully lose the Drake because they're gonna be able to come for
Damn.
contest here. At least you're gonna be able to get a spike fight. Ult comes in from the Vex, hits the Poppy. They're gonna try to get it now. Poppy falls, Vex ult resets, we're not gonna find much. They're looking for the Lulu. But they're not gonna find her. Double lands onto Vex. Again, you're not gonna be able to find much here. Have to be a little careful if you're Faye. Shield comes down. I think everyone's gonna walk away from here. Maybe the Blitzcrank overstays. It looks like he did, so he's gonna be forced to flash. The mirror still no ult. Means she's also gonna fall. Oh my god, everybody's on blinking health bar. Blackboard from Vex. There we go, finally a kill. Not in our favor, unfortunately, and it's 1,000 gold leaf for red side. Orm's run down as well. That over eagerness. I think it's gonna be Samira falling as well. Nice hook onto the AD carry means a kill reply, but another one going over onto the Blitz. Is Poppy gonna be able to make it out alive? It looks like she will, or at least it will be traded. 3 for 2 on that one. But you're just falling further and further behind, and the only one that's still doing well is that Ribbon. And he is doing very well for himself. But that's it. Your mid laner is now behind. Your AD carry has taken a few bad plays in a row.
They should hopefully
behind an item.
be the wake-up call we're expecting, or waiting for at
Well, at
least.
some point it has to come
Yeah.
up, because if it doesn't, we're in trouble.
Well, we're just gonna keep slipping down this slope.
Yeah, the wake up call, Alright, it's any time now, it's coming. Blitzcrank looks for a hook, swings and a miss. Has the ult now, and Samira critically has the ult as well, so she has some good kill potential now in this lane. They have to be worried. They're gonna bring Poppy down. Vex stepping a little bit far forward. Lulu is also caught out of position. Has flash, tries to get over the wall, but doesn't get it in time. Still flashes as well, but the auto attack follows her. So that's a kill back, which means this Xayah needs to be a little careful, because she could be there very easily. Blitzcrank hook goes wide. Samira trying to reply back, but the item difference is being felt right now. She's gonna go in. Tries to get the ult, but just get one shot. Tried to get fancy with it. I think if he flashed the feathers, maybe? Or didn't expect the E and flash to redirect the feathers. There's an angle there, but it was tight. Didn't happen. And unfortunately for him, despite a good kill, quite on the Lulu, he just gives the gold back. That keeps scaling. Now up 10 CS, also up a kill, 4 assists. It is looking worse for this Samira that needs to be ahead again, right? To be able to function properly. Xayah gonna scale very, very nicely into the game. Blitzcrank gets his back cancelled. So you're kind of looking at this Riven to keep growing her lead up 30 now. Maybe start shipping towers, but there's 3 members going up the top lane. They're gonna look onto Lulu again. That's a bit overextended. Poppy is here. There is no flash on this Lulu, and they know it. Xayah's arrived, so it's gonna be the call to leave if possible. Lulu has to be a little careful. There is still a Samira ult. She's gonna go for it. She's gonna be able to get it, but the flash is wasted because there's just a random stopwatch on this Lulu, which means another 2 kill for the enemy AD carry. The Samira is still not farming. I don't think the Samira has gotten a CS in the last 4 minutes because she keeps going for plays and keeps dying. Nice hook onto the Lulu. This one gonna go for it. He gets the kill, but great. A kill on your Blitzcrank. Fantastic.
Not worth much.
Collective first as well for the Samira, so it's doubling down at the casino. But I'm not too hopeful here, Mr. Yuan. I am not too hopeful. There is always the fate, right then. Holy crap, he gets it as well. Shut down onto the Talia. So plus 600 for fate. Is he able to get out? I don't think so. Poppy is here with the Ribbon. Nice flash E to knock the mid laner into the hole, into the wall for the stun. Another shutdown goes to the Riven. She's gonna be able to chase out the ult. So it's gonna be a 3-for-1 play. Lulu's coming, but that's not gonna be enough to stop this Riven, who's completely taking over at this point. Ignite goes down just to secure the kill. Heal invested by Lulu for some reason, as well as the flash. So actually, he does get away.
Blitzcrank is on the prowl.
Fucking griefer is what he is. He's just dead. What is this guy doing, actually? Ay, El Casper, what is this?
I mean, of all the positions to run in there like that to try and steal a kill, the support?
Okay. You want my copium?
What is your copium?
Our bot lane, it's done. It's doomed, right? I get it. You know, I'm a realistic man as well, despite the copium. But our top lane is a real cook right now. He's
That is
doing a lot.
true.
A has just deleted the enemy jungler, so he's already at that kind of Zoe bullshit damage. And we have David on the Poppy. We know that every now and then he'll just randomly find a pick, you know?
Yeah.
The top side, there's angles. Sure, Desire is a problem. But if you keep getting hit by Zoe Qs and Zoe bubbles, you're not going to be relevant. So I think there's angles into this play, especially if they get this Drake and they stop the scaling. So you're going to commit EW. Bubble going to go over, hook, and the bubble miss, unfortunately. That would have been a nice pick off right before the dragon. Now importantly, no TP onto the On, so this is going to be a 4v4 fight if they do go for the dragon. But the On is just going to stop bleeding top lane. Takes a lot of damage on every train. They find the next mid, so a nice little bit of poke. Bubble lands onto Leah as well. Maybe a fair bit of poke going over, but the bowling is runged up. There is flash onto the Zoe. She's gonna flash away. Vex, that's a little ambitious. But it's not gonna result in your death.
Red side here seem to have a lot more control over the river here than we do.
Nothing to do with the bot lane diff. Nothing.
Nah.
Eventually, that Blitz... Okay, you know how Ornn's locked top lane, right?
Yep.
Eventually, Blitzcrank goes on land. Oh, Robin, you are found in no man's land. He's gonna get the ult, but it's not gonna be enough. You lost your AD carry. When the Blitzcrank hook does land, right, Ornn's locked up, so you can only hook good targets. And you one-shot them, and then the fight looks good. Oh, bubble lands! Wait, Zoe walked into the... Lily walked into the bubble. They're gonna look for the Vex, I think. They get a nice pin, so there's gonna be a lot of damage going over, but Dragon falls. It's Ocean Soul as well. Oh, that's really bad for a Pope comp. They are looking for picks, but they're not finding them right now. I think they need to fight on next Drake, because they can't risk giving an Ocean Soul over. And I'm also not a huge fan of the proxy, because it is giving this on time to scale and time to get XP. I think the problem you have with Sahiba now is your team is struggling 4v4, you need to make something happen, and proxy is not really the answer you need.
That's not the way to do it.
He's gonna look for the On now. The On's gonna look for him because Talia's also here. I don't think he knows about it. He's gonna get knocked back. On committed as well. That's just gonna be a dead Sahib. And the flash committed as well. He's gonna make his laning a bit rougher. He also loses a lot of Hydro Blades. I believe in Faye though. Ewan, do you believe?
I believe.
Good.
When have I ever not believed?
That is true. When there's a Faye, there's a way.
That's what we like to say.
Guys, just look, our ball lane is griefing. I get it. But what's new? You know? What's new? We've seen this
Okay,
before.
I wouldn't be that hard on them. You say that like it's a common occurrence.
It's a Robin and Casper angle. It happens. We know how to play around it, you know? They're farming up. They're getting the items. You know every
It's okay. We farm up, we scale.
Robin is only inting because at one point one of these plays will work and you'll delete 4 gamers. And then we've won the game.
I see.
Keep doubling down. You lose 500k, you slam 100,000 on red. You lose 100,000, you slam 200,000 on red, you know? Until you win.
It's the greedy algorithm. That's what we're going for here.
And I believe. Or, other option is, by goobering all the time, he will be enough of a distraction that Faye will be able to randomly one-shot someone out of hope. And then the Riven takes over. Anyways, he's kind of caught at the minute. Vexel's gonna land onto him. Oh, that's an awkward position to be in. He needs to try to get away. Obviously, the hook not gonna be enough. Flash from Talia has to be expanded because of Blitzhook. Told you those Blitzes were gonna start landing. It's a bit unfortunate there's no one around to finish off the one-shot. This 4v4 is looking not too bad because the carries are kinda running low on HP. The Riven's gonna go forward, but she doesn't find the ult. Q finds a lot. The ult from Poppy knocks the support away, but you have no more damage here. Your AD carry, that's the diver, is in bot lane stuck against Zaya. Loads of low blinking health bar, and if Faye can find a Q, he might find a kill, but you don't have the consistent damage without the Samira. So the play is abandoned, only Blitzcrank dies, which is okay. You've not lost too much. Samira is getting to farm up a lot bot for her as well. So you're actually fairly happy with this if she can pick up a tower. I don't think she's gonna greed for it. This is not too bad. The problem really is going through the zone, right? So complicated. Especially when we are behind. And there's Lulu shields coming over the top. He is becoming a bit of a problem. Talia has gone for Rylai's. I am not a fan of... Going for a tank shredding long team fight build is not what I would have gone when I see Riven, Zoe, Samira, Blitzcrank. Even Poppy started with Sandra. Like, which tank are you shredding exactly right now, Mr. Leah? Not convinced by the build.
Yeah.
But she is ahead in winning, so who am I to complain?
I mean, we saw that last game, red side, they were blue side last game, but we saw them making questionable builds, questionable item picks.
They are cooks, so to say. Another ult lands onto Faye. He has a nice Aegis shield to be able to block some damage. He's gonna try to get away. The speed up from Blitzcrank helps him out. And just like that, the great escape without even expending a summon. Some pressing stuff from Mr. Faye there. And he's gonna pick up the fruit to heal up a bit. Problem is this bullet, you're still down 2 levels. Your CS lead is just growing, and your Samira has no ability to 1v on this wire, although she's bringing in the cavalry, so they're going for the shutdown. TP's invested by Okay, now you run away,
Yep, the TP happened, they ran.
But that's fine, you get a TP. You know, maybe you have a numbers advantage on Drake as well following it. You'll be able to crush top waves, so you can bring your Riven down. And if you get this Drake, you slow down the scaling. Right, the Dragon Soul significantly. Bubble's gonna land, but he gets immune. And Herald this late on is like, it'll crack mid tower, but I feel like this mid tower counter would have fallen already anyways. And you get a lot of tempo from this vulnerable, so maybe something can happen. They find the Lulu by herself in the river. Bubble doesn't land. It hits the Orn instead. They're gonna try to one-shot him before support is coming. Lulu ult comes through. Lulu shields are coming through as well. He's still hard to kill. Vexel's coming over the top. They gotta one-shot the Blitz. But there's 2 really low gamers. Can they get them? They can't!
No!
Doesn't have access into the fight. Riven's trying to pop off. She's up to the mid laner and to the top laner. She gets the shield. She's trying to
She got sandwiched between the 2 of them.
There. Another ult lands onto the Vex. I think that's gonna mean a reply kill. Yes. So at the end of the day, it's a 2 for 4. Rough fight. They get some shutdowns, but not the ones they wanted. Really unlucky there that the Lulu and the Orn survived that last little bit of damage. But that's what happens when you're behind. You're missing those little bits of damage. And it's close, but it's not close enough, and the fighter, your AD carry, can't get access into the fight, right? Again, expense flash heal, but the rock from Talia completely stops him. It's just getting... It's kind of hard to watch, right? In 5 minutes you have Soul, and if you get Ocean Soul going over, I think this game is as good as done. You do have shutdowns available, but you're down 6k gold against the scaling team. Again, they have ways to get picks, but they don't have summoners, so it's gonna be rough. We're gonna need to see Blitzcrank finding some interesting angles. Maybe the Poppy's already found one in the last fight. And there's no flash on Lulu and on Vex, so maybe you can find a pick here, a pick there. Gamble on the Baron, get back into the game, but...
Is Poppy leaving red buff behind on purpose?
No, that's the second red buff. There's 2 red buffs now. So that's the one actually for Samira that she's just picked up now. Okay, Faye is on 2 items. He's kind of like the Akali last game, right? Except it's, you can play a lot safer onto the Zoe, then the Akali has to dive in, and if she can't get the ult right, it's over. Like, he gets a few more attempts at the one-shot. So there is something. He's gonna go match the Orn. I think Riven wanting to be into the Vex for the kill pressure there, considering she has no armor. Feeling comfortable about that. Our top side is still keeping up mostly, so there is some hope still. I know I'm saying it a lot, guys. There is hope, I promise. Riven trying to go forward. They look and they find the Lulu again, so they're gonna try to see if they can get a kill here. She's kind of caught by herself. She has no flash as well. Ult converted by the Poppy. They keep her locked down. The Zay's now here. They have so many heals and shields. They get the hook up to the AD carry. They're stunned. Pinned into the wall. Shutdown goes to Riven. There's the pick. You've removed the strongest member from the enemy team. Plus 800 gold. What can you get done now? Can you pick up a tower or 2? Can you start closing this gold lead? Maybe a dive top lane. They're gonna go for the Baron. Okay, so it's the all-in play. It's the Mega Gamba. They're going for it. I'm not entirely convinced by this, by the way.
I
You have
mean,
no damage onto this Baron.
if they can
can't burn
pull it
this Baron quickly
off.
enough. I mean, they're trying, but they have no damage. I mean, are they
Oh,
trying to bait a
no.
fight? They're all so tanky. You can't fight this. Your health bars are so low from having fought this Baron. Nice Samira to stop the Ornn ult. I think you could have gone for a turret instead. Be a little less greedy. You're now cut off because of the Talia wall. You're all so low. You get knocked around by Ornn. Everyone's trying to get out, but you're gonna lose one, and now you're gonna lose the Baron on the way back. Nice bubble, but it's just gonna get blocked. Now Faye's in trouble. They gambled, but they're just too far behind to make these kind of plays, and now the Baron's gonna fall. So actually, this play that looked really good on the onset now looks really, really bad. Can Faye find a one-shot on someone? It's actually gonna be Vexel to reply. Not gonna find anything. Maybe the Lulu falls to River Notes, but no, it's a second reset. Gets a shutdown actually. Onto the Vex. Lulu's still exposed,
Okay.
but I think Baron still goes over. Poppy's coming in. Can she get the steal? It's gotta be close. It's gotta be close. It's not gonna be there. So they're picking up the shutdowns, but the gold lead's still growing. Samira finally has 2 items, but it's too late. There's 3 on
Much
Xayah.
too late.
Ornn is just too tanky. And you can't split push against Baron when you're behind. Your win columns are not there if you're Adam, bro. It's a really tough play. Your AD carry is still not in the game. Very, very rough. Again, we're seeing they're finding some interesting plays and they're trying to get stuff, but like the lack of gold and the lack of damage is hurting them. Or the lack of consistent damage, I should say. They still have these towers, right? They're all sitting really low on the outer layer. So maybe, just maybe, if they get a good fight and can start getting those structures, the gold league closes really quickly. But now Dragon's gonna come up in a minute. It's Ocean Soul, we said how they have to fight there. You're gonna be shoved in super hard by those Baron waves. Although admittedly, UCL is kind of not doing anything with this Baron. It's already halfway run through. Oh sorry, just a third run through, and they're all back on their side of the map, trapping a Drake that's not up for another 45 seconds. Like it's a little slow play. I think you could have pinned that number much further back, keep them in their base Blitzcrank. Gonna be found. I think just griefing a kill away. Zoe's trying to get stuff done, but she's always hitting this on that just doesn't really take damage. Tower falls onto top, which is nice. Gets a little bit of gold back, but you are down a gamer for this critical fight. Riven's gonna come down, but it's just gonna be answered out of XTP. So you are gonna have to fight 4v5 if you're Adam, bro. You're over fucked on a vision. Samira is trying to face check. Doesn't get punished for it, luckily. And Vex just gets to shove this top wave because she knows she has TP. Faye gonna look for a bubble, finds it onto the Lulu, which is still gonna go forward, takes a fair bit of damage, all committed to knock away the AD carry, so they need to find the support hit, and we got a pick. Nice knock around to stop the Ornn. They're gonna lose the jungler for it. Ornn taking a lot of damage. Samir is calling no man out, gets a null, deletes one gamer, but it's not gonna be enough. They look for a second on the side, not gonna find it. Vex gets a nice ult onto the Zoe. I don't think she's gonna take it because she's under too much threat. And now it's up to the Riven to try to get the miracle play through, but she can't do it. Blitzcrank's respawned, but he's not really much of a gamer right now. He gets a hook onto the Vex, maybe he can try to one-shot her, but there's no damage there. And they're just gonna go onto the Ocean Soul. Again, it's a 2-for-4 fight. Sorry, 1-for-3 this time. And now this game is simply over. You can keep fighting if you're Edinburgh, and maybe there's like a really hyper scaling late game angle, but it's so slim. It's so slim. You're kind of dying by 1,000 cuts.
Just a little bit doomed.
Meh. Just a tad. Admittedly, they're taking their sweet time to close this out. This is not exactly considering the gold lead and like the compositional lead. This is not a convincing win by UCL by any means, and it's really dirty. They're like losing members left, right to picks, right? They're just barely getting away in these fights, but they should just be massively favored in. And those towers still haven't fallen, by the way. I mean, you still have 2 inner towers for Edinburgh. The Baron was basically exclusively used to get the soul. So while the objective itself is really nice, your gold lead didn't grow that much, and it has to be said, despite the copium. The longer this goes on, the less the gold lead matters, right? When you start reaching 5-6 items, suddenly being up 1,000 gold doesn't really matter. right now it's still pretty relevant, especially on your 2 carries, right?
Yeah.
But if we get much later, say it goes to an Elder fight, takes 1 smite, right? Smite's still Elder, and suddenly the gold lead is effectively gone just from the Elder alone, right? They will win this fight. Ember will win this fight because we know they keep getting guys to like 300, 400 HP. The Elder laser will do the rest. That's all it takes, right? And then we know like they can push really quickly, pick up all that gold, and then the game is completely swung. And I think if you lose these kind of fights, as you see when you've been ahead the whole game, right? You're so used to like having been dominating. It's really rough mentally. You think you've like that's it. You've lost the momentum. You had your chance, and you're done. And they can't push. They try to push into bot lane. It fizzles out. They have to go back to base. They're gonna wait for the next objective. This is super slow. And the pulse coming through. ADC DC'd. There was a little bit of confusion around. Sorry. Around someone going to the bathroom or something. When the AD carry DC'd. I'm gonna take this time to look at the gold lead. And take a guess, Mr. Yun. Who is it sitting on?
All of the gold? Probably on the Zaya.
Yeah, a huge 4.5k gold lead there. The Talia also up about 4k. We're gonna get the usual freeze. Funny enough, Faye is actually
freeze.
And the Riven is up about 3k. So like your solo laners are doing very good for themselves. So obviously there's the on items that's like skewing that as well a little bit. But there is you still have some strength to play to. It's just it's a Riven as your late game carry. Like I would not be the most confident in her ability to just 1v5 fights. She is trying, and she has now got components to sorry, a Hex Drinker, right? I'm gonna go towards some ML to help mitigate the burst that is killing her every fight. Making the call look, we can just cash that AD carry, right? Suddenly the mages, we can't deal with the mages afterwards, just cash that AD carry. Maybe the Lulu loves to overstep, right? She's died 5 times already. She probably should have died 8 or 9. Just barely getting away. There's plenty of ways we can find an extra little kill here and there, try to even out that gold disparity. And Samira is trying to reach 3 items. I mean, Robin will still have, like, if he pops off, if he gets a big ult, right? That's all he needs.
To get these kills off, assuming they're not so incredibly far behind.
Yeah, and they're gonna get the Riven now as well, so you're gonna be down a game of 4. The Baron fight, a little bit too overextended here. That means Baron's gonna fall over. Maybe they can find a pick with the overconfidence of having an extra run, but this Baron burns so fast with his Zaya's 4 item damage. You can't get in because there's zone control as well. Vex is on the side, ready to ult at any time. Lulu takes a good chunk. It doesn't matter. So another Baron goes over. Gold lead grows to 10,000. But they need to get towers, right? Getting a Baron this late on is nice. But the game only ends if you take the enemy nexus. Now they have a nice pincer into the mid jungle. So this is going to be a bit of a sort of chicken chase. They're going to get a nice little bit of damage onto Diaz, which means she can't really chase. Blitzcrank is a bit caught out of position, so they're going to start with him. But I think Zoe's going to be able to get away because of this. And again, you're just wasting time. And the waves are being pushed in the meantime. Riven's respawned. Zoe's out. You need to crack this pace, I think. Elder is up in 130. Okay, they're gonna get the mid tower now. It's gonna be mid and hype likely as well. Lulu takes a crap ton of damage from that Zoe Q. Gonna get the on item now. Happy's looking for a flank. She knocks away the AD carry, so they're looking for the support. They get the pick, but the shield are gonna come through. They still probably up. It's a nice attempt. Talia's too far though. She's gone straight into the base. She's gonna try to 1v1 the enemy AD carry. Able to do so because the enemy AD carry has no support. Faye trying to do so, but you've lost your jungler, you just the AD carry. You now have to fly top of your own base. There's still Baron creeps, and I think that's gonna be the end of the game. I don't know how the Riven and the Zoe hold this. They have no real way of wave clearing. Riven ult is popped just for a bit damage. Lulu is just deleted, absolutely by the Blitz. They're gonna look for the enemy jungler, but both towers have already fallen. They get the jungler, so it's 2 falling already. Maybe they can get the AD carry. Nice bubble. Fade's gotta go for the one shot. He gets it. So 3 down. They just need 1 more. He's still healing. It's a miracle fight. Maybe triple kill for Faye. But no,
They
there's still
just
this orb. They
can't
just walk
kill
up to
the
the
orb.
Nexus and end it. Another nice bubble from Faye, but this is Zonya's. I don't think it's gonna matter. He falls. It's a noble attempt. But GG's in the chat in the end. Unfortunate game. They had a good attempt. But rough. And we'll see a game 3 though. That is the advantage.
Indeed. Yippee! More games.
Yippee! Woo!
Ooh, brilliant loss, guys.
Unfortunate.
Oh
It's
dear.
alright. I'm gonna go draft it. They had their fun game, to be fair. It won a bit from the early game, but they fought hard.
They did.
Let's
They
see
did.
if GCL can still do this well when we
Yeah.
get an
We do
actual comp.
a normal draft.
A normal comp. But we did get side selection again, so we'll get red side again.
Yes, it is. Chat. It is best of 3. So if we won that
So
one,
one more
that would
game.
have just been it. We'd get the socks. But now it's to match point.
Yeah. And I will be back in a few minutes after the
Okay.
draft.
See you later.
For the last game. For the socks, Yun, for the socks.
Or the socks.
Okay, looking very quick on those bans there. Almost missed it. Anyway, once again, Faye is not getting Gartalia. I shed many, many tears about that, but all is not lost. We're gonna be actually trying very hard, very serious in this draft here. At least that's what I've been told. In the party lobby, there's a bit of a jokester asking if we can play Hui. And for those of you not in the know, in NUEL, Hui is banned. We're not allowed to play him because he's just too new. Maybe thinking, well, why not play on an earlier patch? Well, I'm pretty sure the NUEL only plays on the most recent patch, so they have to have that little clause in there saying, don't touch the new guy. He's not allowed. The opposing ADC here seems very indecisive. Eventually landing on the Kai'Sa. Okay, now this brand could be our jungler. We have done brand jungle in the past, and it worked surprisingly well. And then banning the Riven there, not good at all. But it's workable. Okay. I do like seeing the Seraphine. There's a funny build that we go for. So I'm interested to see if we do end up running that this time. Not a guarantee, we don't always do it. Dr. Mundo. That is not something I expected. our final pick here. I wonder if we end up snagging a jungler, or if the brand well and truly is secret brand jungle. I have a feeling that's a top lane Camille. Very spicy. Spicy indeed. Any second now? They'll start up the game, Tristan will be over, and then he'll tell us whether or not this draft is brilliant or awful. How the team is feeling about it at the very least. And whether or not the team listened to him. Up.
Alright, Mr. Ewan.
He's back. Are we feeling better about draft?
How do we like this one, eh? How do we like this one?
I saw the brand. I was pretty sure that's gonna be our brand jungle. The sort of
We've been hiding
signature.
it the whole game. The whole season.
A whole season. Have we done it before in NUEL?
Never. Never. Alright, alright. I will explain.
Alright, for those in the chat that are not believers, and actually, funnily enough, I think everyone is a believer. Here's a plan. Right, we've just seen 2 games where the enemy team falls behind in lane. They don't skirmish well, and they definitely don't split push, right? They only play teamfight comps with an assassin mid sometimes. But the assassin never goes by lane to kill people, right? Like, Vex didn't kill anyone on side lane, she was just grouping. Akali didn't kill anyone on side lane, she was just grouping. I have no reason to believe they're doing anything else. So these guys just try to, like, fight, right? Team fight, that's the only angle. They scale their team fight. So I picked team fight picks. Whoa. Mad, right? And Brand AoE, Seraphine AoE, Seraphine Shields, Xayah Altered Feathers. She's super safe. Camille in the front line to shred Mundo if absolutely necessary and lock down the Katarina, and a Nautilus to stand in front. Like, they are so giga cooked. They are so giga cooked. Talia walks forward, she gets a flick back, she just gets one shot by Brand Xayah. Xayah tries to ult the back line, bam! Seraphine ult, Nautilus ult.
What you're saying is, we have this perfect storm
Oh
cooked
my
up.
god, this is such a cookery draft. This is such a cookery draft, I'm telling you. We answered Talia jungle with Brand jungle. I'm a big fan, unironically. This was the one time Brand jungle's okay. Here's the other thing as well. Talia, Lulu, Kai'Sa, Katarina, and Mundo are all shorter range than Brand. Right? There's no really long range carry on the enemy team because they're committed to Kai'Sa Talia. And we know this guy likes to play assassins, right? He doesn't play like... I mean, we have seen nothing in his like match history or like in his games that indicate like he's gonna play something long range or hyper carry.
Yeah.
So everything is in Brand's range. It's just gonna be the AoEs, the ults, like the passives, like fire everywhere. It is like almost the perfect Brand jungle game, I think. I'm hype. Seraphine to come in as well to like shield it up because you know you're gonna get like your jungler is significantly less tanky than usual, right? So you need to compensate for it. Bring in some Seraphine shield and heals. Get those HP bars up. If you get hard dove by the Katarina or the Kai'Sa, you have some options to not just be insta-forced out of fight. She'll be here. So the support comes in as the tank frontline, and the Camille, so we still have two good frontliners. Obviously the shields. I mean, in terms of frontline, like it's Mundo with Lulu shields against Nautilus Camille with Seraphine shields. That's comparable. The problem is they have some good like single target damage with the Kai'Sa and the Talia one shot. But they don't have a whole lot of like the AoE they have is Talia E and Katarina ult, right? It's not fantastic in teamfight. And Seraphine heals based on missing health. So I think this is I think they have to get ahead, and they have to get ahead a fair bit for this draft to work. And we know this team hasn't been able to like do very well in lane so far, right? Again, it's a Talia that's not really a ganking jungler either. So if Muda falls behind, if Katarina falls behind, and if Kai'Sa can't find some kills early, we know for a fact that this is not going to go well. Real quick, I need to go give my bot lane advice not to die this game. I'll be right back. This has to be done. This has to be done. This has to be done.
Go do it. He's away. I'm also thinking the enemy team also didn't do a very good job of closing out the game. They couldn't manage it until a fair bit later. Oh, he's back.
Yeah, I'm back. I told them. They found it very funny.
Very nice. I was just saying...
Casper said it was very complicated to do.
Yeah.
I told them just not to press the Q button until 15 minutes.
Ah, I see. Yeah, so I was saying another thing the enemy team didn't do very well last game was closing out the game.
Oh,
they
absolutely, yeah.
Couldn't really get to the Nexus until they had a massively overwhelming advantage.
Yeah, they had to have 12k gold, Soul, and Baron.
Yeah.
And even then, there was a team fight that if probably it didn't happen, they would have backed, they wouldn't have ended. I mean, they're very slow and indecisive.
Yeah.
And if this goes to a scaling angle, like... Okay, let's have a look at the scaling on both sides. Katarina is okay. I think it's like a B-ish for scaling. Lulu is an enchanter support, so that's for support that's an A+. Kai'Sa is okay. She's an AD carry, so she still scales well, but as AD carries go, we'll say like a B+. Talia in the jungle, pretty good. Probably an A, and the Mundo is... it's like an A, but on the other side, Camille is a monster into Mundo. That's easy A+. Brand scales like a mad lad, S, easily. Seraphine mid lane, S, easily. Xayah is one of the best scaling AD carry, S, easily. The only liability is the Nautilus. But he's your frontline tank. His job is to die. You know? So if this goes late, I'm okay with it. They only really have a really tiny window, around 2.5 items if everything's even. Right? Where the Katarina and the Kai'Sa could get it locked on. But outside of that, it's gonna be rough. It looks like we're gonna see invade into invade.
Oh!
Finally! The 5-man into each other. I don't know who wins this, by the way. This is kind of tight. Obviously, you have Nautilus again. Blue team is gonna see this. But this is kind of hard to determine who's gonna win. Blue team has a slight advantage of knowing exactly where red team is. But now, and they're gonna see them leave. Or if they see them split, no, Nautilus could pay the price.
They're gonna go for an ambush.
This is really bad. Oh, this is really, really, really bad. But nothing happens.
Yeah.
So 200 damage. I think red team had a huge advantage in terms of like early damage. Talia doesn't really do much. Katarina with only one skill. Xayah, Kai'Sa actually does a lot. So does the Lulu. But the Mundo, he's got decent chase down. But into Brand, Xayah, Seraphine double Q. Nautilus lockdown. I think it's probably a good choice to decide to not take that fight. What it is going to mean is information gain for red team though, on where the jungle is starting.
Yep.
A blue side for both. Camille's going to get lane prio, but so will the Xayah. And we've seen Sahib have some very, very nice lanes already. So that little bit of an advantage will be nice. Plus he knows the jungler gonna be starting topside, so he's not gonna have any interference likely. For a little while, he's gonna be free to do his laning into the Mundo. Now, I'm not very familiar in top lane matchups. Nor am I in the current strength in the meta. I haven't played in a little bit. But I've been told Mundo's not doing too great. Now, I don't know whether to believe it or not, because top laners always have these like weird perceptions of the game. You know? Like if they're like a diver guy, like they think the tanks are bad, but they think that like mages are broken, you know, like their perception of the game is a bit weird. So we'll take that with a grain of salt. But I've been assured this is that they griefed the top lane pick, and we have the goodest of goodies, and I will believe.
We're believing this game. We're believers.
We are believers. We're always believers. I mean, this is the game. This is objectively the last game of the season.
Yeah.
Regardless of what happens, it's for the stocks, for that first place in the best of last. And already a gang coming into mid onto the Seraphine, but there's not really enough damage here. She is forced to flash in the end. So that's
in a bit of a bad spot,
very problematic.
but...
Yeah. No, this losing the flash early is really bad, because now the Katarina has good potential. So Faye's gonna have to be very careful with his lane positioning. Luckily for him, it's a TP Katarina, so not a huge, like no ignite or no huge lane pressure from that. And in the meantime, I mean, there's already a 13 CS lead, by the way, in the top lane. He's crushed a huge wave, so he's having a brilliant time. They have to be a little bit careful. But yeah, there's 4 gamers here. Maybe they can try to one-shot the Lulu, but she flashes away. I think he's just going to lose the Nautilus, but he does have flash, but he might be able to get out of this. But you should have flashed earlier if you were going to flash. So it's got to be first blood going over to the Talia. Not exactly what you wanted to say, but it's going to be lost in minions mid. You've lost God on top. Mundo's getting bullied hard. So it's not too bad. The gold is only about 200. Robin has to be a little careful. He's completely missed back. He's going to be forced to flash, and Talia's still around. It's really bad. I think he clicked on the ground instead of clicking on a minion there. Forces him to walk forward when he meant to auto attack. And that's probably going to result in a dive. W lands, yeah. There comes the kill, flash forward. Doesn't have the damage though. It's going to be a flash from the Talia, but she's going to be pulled back into tower, hooked. So it's going to be answered. So AD carry falling a little bit behind, but your jungle, meanwhile, Brand is just power cycling. And while this is a 500 gold lead, game's still relatively even. And unlike last game where the Samira had to snowball, right, to get ahead early, this one, oh, has to be careful here, Sahib. I think he's gonna die to this. There's the flash coming. Oh, yo, big mistake in lane, not respecting the Mundo's constant damage, running out of mana. That's not good, that's not what you want to see. This Scalia does need to get ahead. That's what I was saying, Xayah is fine actually just sitting back, scaling this one out. She doesn't need to win lane, she just needs to get out of it. So we'll see if she can hold it. Sahib going
coming
for
back
it.
for the
Doesn't have
revenge?
Flash though.
No.
But cancels the back critically is going to mean the whole wave lost here for Mundo, right? There's a big freeze here. So he's already up about 6 CS and he has like 10 or so.
Actually, the Mundo is coming back.
He has to be very careful. He's only about 300
Yeah.
health. He's going to put pods. This means the Mundo's locked in a really awkward situation here because the Camille can keep this freeze here. And Mundo's just losing CS still. If he goes too far forward, there is the all-in potential. Brand is coming up the top lane as well. So is the Dia. He's just losing more CS. Seraphine hit 6, relatively safe. Katarina has a tough time finding an ult into the Seraphine just because she can. Just reply with her own and cancel that. So it's gonna be pretty neutralizing. He's already up almost 20 CS by the way by 5 minutes, which is huge. Nice route. Jasper tries to find the hook off it. But the ranged minion doing its work. Both junglers top lane. There is ult on the Camille. I don't think she knows that there is the Samira here, but it doesn't matter. She finds the kill first. There's nothing left for this Talia, but Katarina
Did you
has
say
found the fray.
Samira?
Sorry, yeah, I'm still used. And it's actually going to be 2 kills going over to the Katarina, which is really bad. So a good play originally, but a little over again in the end. Means 2 kills for that assassin carry, and that 1000 gold is restored. She TP's back to mid to catch the wave. So that's going to negate the huge CS differences. I don't know if it wasn't calmed or if it wasn't pinged. But the lack of respect. But that being said, Yokimio gets another kill. Mundo is denied even more CS. Gonna be able to pick up this big wave. But it does mean he's sort of trading top lane lead for mid lane catching up a little bit. So I had been able to close that CS gap that was built out of the early play. She's feeling pretty good about it. Gonna find the Lulu as well. Nautilus thought about a hook, but then realizes, wait, this jungler loves ganking me. And lo and behold, the Talia is around.
There she is.
TP invested by Fate to get the mid prio, so maybe they are gonna look for the Drake, yeah. So I think this is a little bit greedy from Talia to start Drake. You don't really have enough bot prio, and Talia can't, sorry, there's the, god damn it, champion names. Seraphine can teleport to mid and get mid prio first, so now she gets the first move. Brand's gonna walk into jungle. This is gonna be a big 4v4 scrap. Unless they don't know about it? I don't think they know about it. I think you could have fought this with level 6 Brand. This would have been a pretty good at Drake angle, but instead it's just gonna go over to the blue team. Casper, don't do it. No, stop. You do it every game. You know that bait. Ah, he still takes it. Ah, he has flash. It's okay.
The fool.
Just flash it. Every time. I mean, every time. It's a bait every time, and we fall for it every time. Yeah. Anyways, doesn't get punished too much for it this time. Gonna be forced back to base, which might be a few lost minions for Robin. And the game kind of quieting down. Still the 1000 gold lead from the early kills. Edinburgh's just sitting back. See if they can... they have nice vision around the Herald, so they will see any Herald attempt. Nice and early on. Camille trying to get to Lissandra, which is really where the champion comes online, realizing he can't really fight the Mundo this early on, especially without the anti-heal. Just doesn't have enough DPS in the kit. And the Brand jungle is just power farming, by the way. He just needs to get up to items. He knows he's just a huge teamfight threat. The Talia is doing similar stuff, trying to find a few ganks here and there, but not getting a whole lot overall, outside of when some of our laners decide to do a little bit of vintage.
Just a little bit. Just a tad.
Just on Poco. It's just gonna go back to a little bit of farming for a while. Which frankly kind of favors us. Maybe a Herald fight being cooked up. See four members on both teams around the area. Lulu's moved up, she's level 6, only level 5 on the Nautilus, but he's gonna catch mid wave to be able to get there. They're leaving both AD carry spot lane, which does give Akaisa a little bit of pressure, but she has a pushing wave, so Xayah doesn't have to put herself in any danger. Nautilus looking to take over to 6 before this Herald fight. They are gonna start it, but it is on vision. He's gonna catch another mid wave. Surely he gets 6 of this. There we go, just sticks there. They're gonna walk into the river. Herald's getting really low, so we're gonna see a 4v4 fight. Mundo procced early. Knockback finds the Camille. They get the... Oh, but Casper's really far forward. They're looking for the Talia, but they can't split here. They can't find her. She flashes over the wall. Flash reply by Camille. The Brand ult is going off. They find the jungle on one side, but it's answered by the support on the other. So 1 for 1, Herald goes over. Advantage UCL. Brand's still looking for more. He's trying to keep these guys from getting out. He finds all 3 abilities. Flash forward by the Seraphine, finds the knockback as well. They gotta look for the Mundo. Knockdown onto the Lulu as well for the bonus kill. So 1, 2, 3 found. Herald goes over. The 3 kills for the Edinburgh team. 2 going onto the Camille means she's sitting very pretty. She's gonna catch that huge wave that was stacking as well. Brand picks up 1 as well to accelerate him.
I mean, there we have a team fight and we just win it. Mostly.
Just win it without even the critical AD carry, right? That holds all the DPS together either.
So as we
And
exit
really,
the laning phase,
Well, you lost the Herald. This is pretty good for you because you stalled it like that play, right? They need to snowball really hard, but you've really stalled it. You're like losing more minions as well as UCL, so you'll slow down. Casper is doing a classic Casper. He is just dead because he's super caught out of position. Doesn't have the flash this time to get away. He's just gonna have to forfeit his life. Very unfortunate there. He's a little bit greedy again. Camille now feels confident to start going for all-ins onto the Mundo. Still has to be a little careful because he has a lot of consistent damage. Yeah, takes a lot of reply back. Has to wait for these quick trades really to deal with this Mundo. He is brought really low and doesn't have ult quite yet. So maybe an angle, but just gonna take the back. I think has Sundra or Trifles depending on the choice on base. They're looking for the dive onto bot lane, but this Xayah has ult, flash and ghost. And the Nautilus is gonna get there, so instead just gonna TP back to top lane for the Camille with Sundra. And nicely for you, you have a Mundo that's like half AD, half AP, so your Merc trades are effective. Talia full AP and Katarina full AP, so your top side is super AP heavy for UCL, which makes Merc trades purchases very, very nice for Edinburgh. So Camille now online, gonna be able to take much nicer trades into Mundo now and threaten some kill opportunities onto him. Really start pushing this lane up. Nice vision control as well from Edinburgh onto the dragon side. Ping's going down already. They're gonna back the AD carry, I think. Xayah might have Kraken on base. Let's have a look. Yeah, there you go. So AD carry also online to fight. They're moving the Camille down. Hopefully she doesn't get picked by that Talia combo. Gonna get knocked back. She doesn't see it. Trying to E away. Gets the shield. It's not
Going back in.
Kills up, shot down. No, he kinda has to. Let's see if they can pick up the jungler maybe though. Because so it's face check after face check, answered both ways. But you've lost your jungler, which means Dragon's not on the table. This Mundo is kind of by himself with the Katarina. She doesn't have much. Double kill goes over to the Brand. Lulu's now kind of caught. Xayah has to catch up away, so this is temporarily a 3v3. Xayah's going to look for an execute, maybe. No, just either way. They're looking for the Lulu, who's now been left by herself. Has to flash away, but just walked into a Xayah. That's going to start cutting her up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 feathers goes into her. She's 1 HP. They're going to start the Drake instead. Probably the smart play. Gold lead is completely equalized, basically, at this point. They stop the Drake stacking. Which means scaling is on. And you see these teamfights are just going our way. Despite losing someone early, there's just so much AoE damage in this Edinburgh team comp, right? It's a Cloud Soul, which is not the best, but will make maneuvering around those abilities significantly easier for both sides. Okay? Well, I have no idea how that landed, but it did. That's super unfortunate for him. Girlfriend didn't go to the gym recently, not skinny enough.
I mean, there was some
Camille's
impressive
down
dodging
again.
and
She's
weaving.
looking for the jungler, flash forward by the Brand. He gonna get the burn, so it's traded again. And this game is just back and forth and back and forth. Neither team will relent. And the beneficiary is really the Katarina and the Brand, right? Those two big AoE team fight of that AP damage, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to see which one can pop out. The problem for the Katarina is to be really effective, she has to get in the middle of them. And there's many tools in the Edinburgh toolbox to stop any kind of Katarina ult midway. Obviously, you have the Brand stun, you have the knockback from, so the Q from Nautilus will cancel it, the knock-up from the Nautilus ult will cancel it. You also have Seraphine stun, you have Seraphine charm, you have the silence from Camille ult, you have the knockback from Camille E. Like, there's so many tools. Even Xayah has her own ult to just get out of it if she needs. And on top of that, you have the Seraphine shields. Just to, if you can't cancel it, as they've slammed 600-700 health, right, mitigate most of that damage. Whereas Brand is just like, he starts landing abilities and fire, resets on everyone. And you're just ticking down. So let's see if the Katarina can find the effectiveness she didn't on the Akali in game 1. Gold lead down to 1,000, basically just based on which waves go, what wave.
Oh.
And we'll have to see one dragon apiece. Was Herald used? I think
It was in
right?
mid lane, yeah.
It didn't get a charge in, so it's kind of wasted in the end.
I think it did get a charge in, but none of blue team were nearby to pick up the gold.
And no plates to pick up either, so not really gonna get the gold effectiveness from the second Herald coming up soon, but again, very reduced effectiveness after the 14-minute mark. You can't really get a whole lot of gold value from it. Now, crucially, Seraphine doesn't have Mythic or a key item yet, whereas the Katarina has reached Nash's Tooth.
Ah.
Because she is going for that build, which I will not name, but you know what I'm talking
The
about.
funny one, yes, I do.
The very funny one, which has incredibly low CDs. Spams shield, spams a lot of overtime damage.
Shield.
Not a whole lot of burst at all in that build. But traded for a lot of DPS and a lot of shielding and healing. Incredible utility coming from Champ, and she knows that she has the Brand, right? The Seraphine doesn't need to be the big damage carry. There's a Brand, there's a Xayah, there's a Camille. She can bring a bit more utility to the table. Speaking of the Camille, nice huge chunk of damage from the Q2. Just takes away 500 health from the Mundo. Can't just keep doing that, and they know she has a Sandra. And look at they can pick up the Brand. A lot of damage going up to him, but instantly you see Seraphine shields come over, heal him up a little bit, and fight around the second Herald. They're gonna try to bring up the Kaiser, sorry, to make it a 4v5. Mundo has to base, but we'll just TP back in. Guardian's been procced early. So Kaiser had to move back down, so this is going to be another 4v4. Kaiser's going to try to get in. They've separated the team very importantly, so this is a 2v4 for now, and the support is going to fall. Camille can't find the effectiveness. Nice Katarina ult, but it's not enough, but now that it does pick up the Brand. So it's a 1-for-1 on that side, but they're gonna lose 3 overall. And Zaya has, Kaisa, sorry, I keep getting it wrong, finds an entry into the fight, so all 4 fall, not respecting the ult there. Nobody wanted to see, and there's that snowball. That could happen. So they have an angle, UCL. They've gotten the goal, they've gotten the objective. Let's see if they can do it before the Edinburgh team comp comes online. But it was a really nice Talio ball, right? To split the Edinburgh team half and half, pick up the support at the start of the fight, and make it a lot easier. That's what it's gonna take. Now the problem is, you didn't blow a single summoner apart from Ignite for the Edinburgh team, and you now have no ults. Except for Katarina ult because it resets. It's funny. No flash on the Katarina, no heal. So you're running a bit low on teamfight tools. And the Drake setup is gonna go Edinburgh's way, so they're gonna be likely able to pick up this Windrake. Which means no nice quick soul angle, and we know this team can struggle to close out games if they don't find a big team fight. And if you don't have the Drakes, right, to force that team fight, right, to bring the Edinburgh team out of their like safety net. Oh.
Oopsies.
Like a DC from the enemy support there.
Yeah.
We'll be back very quickly. I don't know what's going on with the internet today, but not the best, obviously. Brand reached 2 items, Talia's reached 2 items. Seraphine now on the Leandries as well. Leandries does stack, so you can double up the burn. Very, very nice. We're back in. We're probably gonna get the freeze in 2 seconds. The classic.
Or maybe
Or maybe not.
we seem to be free of it.
Oh my god. We have broken the curse for the last game
A
of the
small
season.
indie company has got
Has finally
funding.
fixed the bug. Yeah, Cloud Drake up. But mid prior, bot prior means they can probably just start this now. Oh,
There's
no,
the freeze.
The
Aw.
late freeze, they baited us. Let's have a look at the TPs real quick.
Fake
There we go.
out.
Let's be back in. I think it has something to do with how long the pause was. You know, maybe it's
Maybe.
like trying to keep the timing. Anyways, TP in from Camille just to guarantee the Drake. It's gonna have to be a Talia steal, but if she flashes into the... Oh my god, she's gonna take the blast cone. She doesn't get it. You're gonna have to flash out of here, unless the Edinburgh team just wants to leave. No, the Camille just goes too far forward, flashes, doesn't get out. I think this is just retreat. Flash forward from Mundo, answered by Seraphine, but she's just gonna be able to get out of here. Kaiser gets an ult through. I don't think it's gonna be enough. Now the damage can start pumping back from the AoE. Snipex is gonna buy Faye, but Mundo is gonna pay the price for it because he's just getting damage pumped into them. And Kaiser fell in the meantime, so 2 for 2 in the fight. And Drake going over to Edinburgh. It's a big win.
Positive for us.
This brand is now huge. Casper doing a classic and getting picked out of position after the fight. He is going to bait, however, the Katarina to go too far, so it's all calculated. This man is a genius, I'm telling you.
There's method to the madness.
Yes, there is. And just like that, actually, 3 for 2. Now it's Robin's turn to overextend 1v2. Can he just dodge? Oh, invest into the ult a little bit early, but he's gonna bait his Faye. Gonna have the TP in to save his AD carry. They're looking for a play. He has ult, he's looking for it, he misses. And I think this is just gonna fizzle now. Robin losing his nerve a little bit, not holding the ult for the Talia W. It means Flash Ghost is now gone, which is critical. You've also had to invest TP and ult from your mid laner. So with this Baron coming up now, well, it's going to be very complicated for this UCL to take on spawn. That is about 5 minutes where you're lacking critical summoners, right, for a fight. Now the problem for UCL is your momentums can have been slowed. You're down to 2k gold lead. Your team fight is not looking great. And this Camille is going to start coming online and taking towers in side lanes. And you don't have anyone that can answer. Katarina is not going to do the trick. Unless she has a complete outplay, which to be fair she could, but it's gonna be very complicated. Mundo is just gonna start taking so much damage from these Q2s and the Thunder procs. In fact, they're gonna try to gank him now. Get the knock away. Gonna pop the Camille ult just to lock him down. Brand is here. You're gonna eat a lot of AP damage. Bam, bam, bam. To the Death Chamber you go, plus 300 for Camille. They're sending 3 to answer, but there's another 3 from Edinburgh, so this is a 3v3 with Nautilus coming. I don't think you can take this fight. You're just gonna have to walk away for UCL, it's just a dead play. Nice answer by Edinburgh, the rotation is just blocking any options to deny that kill. We're gonna go back to base. Spent is now on 2 items. So, officially a huge threat in the side lanes. Herald, second Herald invested mid just to crack that mid tower is gonna be nice for the map positioning. Not gonna result in a whole lot of gold, obviously. But having the mid lane open means you can shove these waves a lot deeper, get a bit more vision, make these fights a little bit easier. Mundo's reach, so going for the Jack Show as the item of choice. I can understand it, considering there's a lot of tank shredding against him. Maybe he tries to live a little bit longer. Talia, baiting? Genius or mad? Honestly, Ewan, with all these positioning errors or
Yeah.
we'll say maneuvers, I'm not so sure anymore whether these guys are like absolute cooks in the kitchen, or like brain off, just click on somewhere on the mini map and let's see where it goes. You know? I don't know.
I
anymore.
mean,
anyways,
I would like to believe that there's some like 4D chess going on.
yeah, but I don't see it. I don't. I'm sorry.
Really, is it that hard to see?
They just look like they're about to get caught out and deleted out of position. And I mean, they have been, right? It's almost a 30 kill game at 17 minutes. Again, the AD carry is very far up. They're gonna try to catch her. Those have engaged onto Atalia going in as well. So this is again, Robin just out of position, but we're not exactly sure why. He actually gets the kill reply. Brand falls in the meantime, so 2 for 1. This side doing so much damage despite being cool, right? The strength of the champion. Can they go towards Baron? It is a little risky, with Camille having TP. They are going to start it, so 3v2 Baron attempt. You still have your jungler and no jungler on the other side. Did they know this is happening? Surely they have to know. This is going to take a while to finish. Unless they can't really know. No, Edinburgh, if you don't know this is happening, this is really bad. You can't just lose Baron for free.
Don't think they do know what's
I
happening.
think Baron's gonna fall. At least they're gonna get 2 towers bought for it, but they have no idea. Baron's, and now this is gonna be I think this might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. You can't just allow this much amount of combat power and gold to fall to the enemy team. Gold grows to 5k because of it. I think you could have contested that considering no Talia ult.
Yeah,
Mundo
this
was
is
also lacking his ult, right? There wasn't
very
a whole lot of
dangerous.
damage. Baron took over a whole minute to take, and you had 3 people available with a Camille TP. They're gonna see if they can fight a dragon now that the battle lines have reformed, but you've put yourself in such a detriment with Baron buff going over, your stats are down, you've just given the enemy team time to spend. And now this dragon's gonna go for free. Obviously it's still just second dragon, you can most definitely afford to just give it. TP in from Seraphine, so they want to fight, but this dragon's already gone. And Mundo's really low, so maybe they just get mid tower here. Don't necessarily need to force a fight unless Lulu oversteps. The support's obviously in this game known to be positioning forward, we'll say. Mid tower gonna fall as an answer. So Baron down. This is what, the 3rd or 4th Baron that this team gets. Score, Mr. Papitiro, is 1 for 1 right now. This is the deciding game in the best of 3 final for Group 1. And we'll see. I mean, this is the 4th Baron they get. The first 3 throughout the series haven't really done much. And once again, their wave's not really set up for it. Mundo, he's trying, man. He's trying.
He's doing his
not
best.
finding much. And really for Edinburgh, you're waiting for 3 items. That's like, when you have 3 items on your core 3 carries. I mean, Camille's already happy. 2 items into Mundo, she's able to do her job. She's gonna look for a 3rd to just have a bit of more ammo, right? Because there's so much AP damage from this team from UCL. But 3 items on Seraphine, 3 items on Brand, and on Xayah, they're almost there, right? They're 2.5 on all 3. That's your go button. That's the point where like, okay, we might be a little bit far behind, but team fights are gettable. Camille's gonna go forward, starts doing a lot of damage to Mundo. Ult not proccing a huge amount of damage to
Giant
Mundo.
chunk
Yak's
just
still
removed
gonna go
there.
forward. Ult committed, so she's going for it. Ult from Mundo as well. She gets another Q as well, but there's the Talia coming over, so this is not a 1v1. And I think you're gonna fall for it. You commit Flash. But Flash answered by Mundo. She's gonna try to get away still, but you just jump into a
Oh
Kai'Sa.
man.
So a bit of an overextension where you win the 1v1, you have to respect the mobility of the Talia. But at the same time, this Baron is going to expire. And you haven't broken a single tower with it. Mundo's gonna be the one to actually start doing it, but as we can see, Baron is off in 10 minutes. And your prize is gonna be an outer tower that you should have been the simplest thing to get 30 seconds into it. So this Baron actually has like 1,000 gold net of power over, and you've just given Edinburgh time to scale. Now, following caught out of position again, Casper expands the flash as well. Oh yeah, it's just mistake after mistake. But if they can break the base, you get more time to scale. Zaya's going back to base, has 3 items now. Brand reached 3 items as well, the Zone is going to make it a lot easier to fire these plays. They're going to get the mid tower likely. The Seraphine has a lot of wave clear. It's laid on. Gonna commit the ult, finds the Lulu, so maybe a pick there. Has to expend stopwatch, but I don't think you're in any safety. Spends flash as well. Gonna get out. Nice little trade there for Edinburgh. And you retain your towers. Your carries are scaling. I think the ball is again in that UCL team's court. Like, great, you are finding some ways, some picks into this game. But when the game is very, very stable, how are you going to make progress? Like, suddenly we're asking questions like this. Like, it doesn't seem like you're able to move forward onto the map and do anything unless there's mistakes made by Edinburgh. Godly still 5k, but 5k when it was 35 to 30 is not 5k when it's 52 to 47. We're gonna see how the game progress. I think we're probably gonna see fights around Baron or Dragon, although if you're Edinburgh again, you can't afford to just let this Dragon go. It's not Soul, and it's still just a Cloud Soul. It's only in a minute. They look for the pick top. Neatly divided, they're not gonna find it. Lulu
David spamming the dragon there.
Yeah, I
What's
think
he
that's
trying
the
to say
there? Yeah, I think they're saying, look, if we can just get a nice vision set up, clean battle lines, not getting flanked or getting picked, not getting separated by Teleort, we just flat win. I mean, we've seen this brand do so much damage. We've seen the Seraphine being able to provide the value already.
Yeah.
And Kaiser has been able to delete the enemy AD carry while being focused down by mid, AD, and support. So the damage is there. The tools are here. You just need a standard fight, standard setup, where there's no trickery at play. Let's see if they can get it. Anti-heal acquired by the Camille just to make the laning even more lethal into the Mundo. Mundo on 3 items though is going to be able to provide a lot of tankiness. Will burn eventually because there's just so much damage from this Edinburgh team. But he will be able to provide some time. Obviously he has the Lulu shields and ult to help him out. The setup is going in from Edinburgh. Vision's going forward. Pinks are coming down. There's just that one pink into the Dragon Pig that's left. The one Lulu just dropped in, the one in Tribush. That could be a nice TP flank ward for the Katarina. If she wants to get down from top lane. Mundo takes a little bit of burn from the brand to start this off. And there we go. TP's in from
Seraphine
so we're gonna see a
TPing
full
in.
This likely will decide the game. A little bit of progress onto Camille early. TP answered by Katarina, so we're gonna see clean battle lines, I think. See who can burn the other's front line. Taliyah's just gonna ult. Actually, they're just gonna take. Look, we're gonna take the dragon in front of you. You're Taliyah all the way. You come in, but it's a bit too late. Taliyah not gonna last enough, so now you've lost that utility. Edinburgh can walk forward again. And it's back to being a pro core. I think we're gonna see a smite fight. Mundo's forced to the side. Dragon goes over to Edinburgh, and I think you can just leave. Just don't take this fight. Take little by little. They start burning the Mundo.
No, they're going in.
Struck into the Katarina! She goes forward!
Why?
Camille's trying to do something, but she's just polymorphed. And just too much damage from the assassin. You could have just left Edinburgh. You had won the team fight. But instead you give 4 away. You're gonna lose Baron now as well. It's just a mistake that are costing you. Ay ay ay. Over-investing the CC into the Mundo to try to kill him for an advantage. Can Robin get on this now? He's gonna die for the ace as well. They get the Drake, but that's what costs. It's gonna be another Baron. Towers are gonna fall mid. They lose so much gold for it. It's gonna be 10k, and now this game is just really hard, right? You have scaled somewhat, but you have to play these fights properly.
Oh, it's incredibly hard.
Mundo is very, very tanky. You can't afford to throw your CC into that tank, because then the Katarina has free range. She is fed. This fight only works if you hit that front line slowly. You know you have the shields, just stay patient as long as you're cool. Keep those CC abilities, keep track of the Katarina, and then you're really, really strong when they over-engage. You blow them up with the brand, the AoE, the Xayah ult. But we'll see. 5th Baron of the series, I think, for UCL. Previous 4, not very effective. Can the 5th one be the one that wins them this group 1? Wins them the 5 pairs of socks. So coveted, the prize. I think this Xayah, by the way, I think there's an itemization error on the Xayah. She's going for healing now. You need pen. You really need an armor pen. You have no armor pen, and Mundo's gonna get tanky. You need to be able to shred through him. This is a common mistake that I think we see Robin make often, is he over-prioritizes his own safety and his utility. But your job is to shred the tanks. Like right now, you have no shredding in your kit. You're on full AD and attack speed. Mundo's armor is extremely effective. And your Brand and your Seraphine haven't itemized into tank shredding, because that's not their job. Oh, Seraphine not invested early to try to stop a potential Katarina engage. So Baron is going to result this time into the tower falling. Meanwhile, the Camille is just looking for that 1v1 that she knows she should win with the anti-heal. Nice Talia ult, means that you can afford. Nautilus is going to fall. The Camille is still cutting through that like 10,000 HP provided by the Mundo. He is down to the last 1,000. He's close, so he's going to fall eventually. So it's going to be a 4-for-4 on the map. Oh, flashes away. Clean, so actually not going to fall. But still, this Mundo just can't hold up to the Talia. Nice Brand combo means a lot of damage going over. That's going to stall the push. Unless Robin just gets knocked back in one shot. Oh, huge mistake. You had Talia ult. Sorry, you had Zyra ult. It's just mistakes that are costing them. They could be winning this game, and again, you overextend for the cannon, you lose another. You had stalled the push. Why are you going forward? Camille has killed Melina. She's not by herself. She's probably going to die. No, she's going to be able to get out. But you lose. You break inhib. You had stalled this push, and you give it back to this UCL team. I don't think they can end just yet. There is a Seraphine wave clear. It is Baron, but still. Oh, Talia forced to exhaust here. The Camille has come back. She's gonna one-shot the AD carry. Also burdens the stopwatch. That's all stopwatches burned from this UCL team. Shutdown goes over to Seraphine. It's gonna help that scaling angle a little bit. They're gonna be able to defend mid likely. So only one hit falling at the end. Oh my god, Katarina's popping off. Never mind. That's gonna be the game, I think.
Yeah.
Your AD carrying your jungle. 2 inhibs are gonna fall. This is just too big a deficit now.
I think if anything got decided there, it was the game.
Randall's?
Maybe?
Okay, so it's not gonna be the game, but like, it might as well be, I think. Like, you're down 13,000, you've lost 2 inhibitors.
Penultimate nail in the coffin.
Yeah. Sure, you have some scaling, but again, there's no pen on this Xayah! Mundo sits mid-team fight. Oh, flash forward from David, he wants to get the Celia, barely doesn't get her. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Had anything tagged here, the slow would have been. But there's so much this Mundo mid-fight will have. So currently sitting on 266, with Jack, Show probably goes up to 350. And your AD carry can't shred that armor, it doesn't do damage to that tank. And Camille doesn't have the, Camille will kill Mundo, but it takes like 20-30 seconds, right? That's her whole kit. She chases you down, you can't get out of her, she keeps doing true damage to you. She doesn't have the time to just keep hitting a Mundo mid-team fight when she's being hit. You need your AD carry to do that, and there's still no pen on this AD carry 35 minutes into the game. Seraphine's reached 3 items, Brand is on 3.5. But who kills this Mundo? TP coming in from Katarina, they're gonna split the team again. Talia kinda calls, it's gonna be Casper as the recipient. Where can they delete the jungler? Lulu also coming in. They're gonna get it, they get the jungler. But now
Talia's removed?
she gets one, she gets 2. The AD carry is coming in, Brand's getting some damage done, so another falls actually. So this is 3 for 3 so far. Katarina has no, she's gonna go for the Camille, but she's so strong now, and who can stop her? Camille tries to get out. She's gonna be able to do so, so 2 for 2, and they're gonna get the waves. Not too bad for Underbird fights, huge shutdowns go over, it's gonna help them try to get out of this horrible late game situation. You can't afford to lose this Drake, obviously, because you got the earlier one. This is not too bad. And Katarina is full item, so is the Talia. Lost a lot of Magi stacks there for that fight as well. Sells it, buys it back. Okay, unsure whether they want to keep the Magi. So they are full items, these UCL carries. So there's only catching back up, you know. The late game. We scale, boys, we scale. No, oh no, don't go for MR, Robin. You need pen, bro. Oh, yeah. You're not a lady carry without the armor pen.
Jeez.
And there's just no pen on the whole team. We're relying on Camille to just shred through Mundo eventually. I mean, he's having such a good time. Like, there's no pen on the mages, there's no pen on the AD carry. It's making these fights needlessly complicated. Anyways, another Baron. Gonna be going over. Camille trying to set up in the side lane, but it's just too slow. They can't walk near the Baron. To be fair, Baron at this stage, a little bit irrelevant. There's not many towers left to push. It is gonna help. The stats buff, nice obviously. Brand tries to get close, but I think you just can't afford to lose anyone here. Just let the Baron go. They're gonna slow. We know they're a bit slow at pushing anyways. They're gonna walk 5 mid now. Just don't demand the defense in your base. Use your team fights. You're still somewhat in this. Bounty received. Seraphine not expanded way too early. That's really not good. Obviously gonna come up in like 30 seconds because she is going for the Mega CDR build. That is gonna help. And we see the ability start flying. But Camille is kind of in your base. Can we see a base race? Oh no, Casper, don't do it again! It's a classic Casper angle! He doesn't get caught. Seraphine should save him. They invest Kaiser ults. She has the Zhonya's. Talia is now very deep in. Also invests Zhonya's, but now she's just too far, I think. They're gonna have to force to over-engage into this. They lose the jungler. But the Katarina is just so huge, she deletes, so she's gonna delete the AD carry, forcing on the ult. Nice route! Means the Katarina falls, but Camille needs to get back to base. She's gonna TP. That's the only answer she had. She's gonna take a lot of damage for it because she couldn't back. Oh yeah, this is gonna save the game maybe, because I think she can one-run them, but there's still Polymorph in the question. Mundo's gonna TP in as well. You might have just lost the game right there. She's gonna go for it. Polymorph goes through. Oh, the Kaiser. She knows she can get damage through. She gets on top of the carry's gone. Can she live though? W goes over, tries to get out. But the Nexus, how do you protect the Nexus this late on? There's so many minions in your base. You're gonna fall. I think that's gonna be game. She gets the Lulu. Can she get the Mundo in time?
Oh,
No.
man.
GG's in the chat. Ay, 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 ay. A closed game, sort of. Sort of. They fought hard. They were almost at that scaling win condition, right?
Yeah.
But a few too many mistakes made in the game. Caught out of position too many times. Using those key teamfight ults, trying to get pitch where you really could have just sat back in your base and get them letting the Katarina pop off. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. No socks today. And really, I think you look back at the draft in game 2. Maybe the full fun draft.
Oh, man.
Not it, you know?
Maybe.
Not it. It is what it is. Lessons will be learnt. There is a brand new season to start in the summer split, obviously.
It's very true. You can only hope that we.
Damage shot tells a story.
Yeah.
A story of Camille hitting a Mundo in side lane for 40 minutes. But it is what it is. Obviously, the enemy jungler getting a very good performances on Talia, I think, both games. Able to provide a lot. Brand did a lot of work early, but then not able to stay safe. Did a lot of damage, though. Despite the inconvenience that the Kaiser and the Katarina were providing. Able to pump out just so much damage with the kit, just slams all the other abilities before he dies. But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Bit of a bittersweet ending to this season.
It's a light way of putting it.
I would start looking up when the next season starts, but I have no idea when. I think it's going to be sometime in February. We get a nice long break. Go into rebuilding, like they say in traditional sports, you know. But overall, I mean, finishing 9th, not exactly what the guys wanted to be, but still, you're still in the top 10, right, for the season. Can't exactly be too upset about it either. And we'll see if they can get high next season, right? Do we want to inflict an interview upon someone or not really?
I'd say like only if they want to, and I expect they probably don't.
All right, I will just ask in the chat because I'm sure they're watching.
Yeah.
But at least if one of them is watching, we'll tell the rest. If one of you wants this feeling interview, do let me know. If not, understandable. I'll give them 30 seconds or so while we keep yapping on.
Yep.
But yeah. Overall, we've had a...
Yeah, Robin saying doesn't seem like it.
I'm not too surprised. Snatch one of us, any of us, at random? What am I supposed to do? Roll a dice?
I wouldn't snatch anybody if they're not feeling it.
What,
That'd
what
be
if I roll a 4 and it's Josh who didn't actually achieve 1 to 5? Yeah. I think you've lost your top lane already, Flofey. No, I'm not gonna make anyone do. If one of you wants to do interview, raise your hand. I'm not gonna make anyone after 2 rough games do anything. Especially since I expect there might be some tilt. But yeah, a good season overall though. We had a lot of great games. Casting was fun. I hope you had a good time, Mr. Ewan.
I did indeed.
And back to the solo queue ground, I guess, for most of us.
Is that really the best place to go?
Hey, I mean, you know, sometimes the only way out is through, you know?
That's true, that's true.
We still have BFS to look forward to as well next season.
Oh yeah.
Despite the break, we're still currently 16-0. That's a pretty good record. Only have 1 team left to play in regular season and then playoffs. So that one we're doing pretty good. It's just, you know, they had to stop it early to stop us just destroying every team in the tournament.
Yeah. There's a threat in it. The threat was us.
So we have plenty of games.
Dear. Oh,
Maybe some charity tournaments as well in the summer that tend to be coming up. I've had some offers already, but we're very busy this winter. So to look forward to. Guys, it's been a blast as always. Not the outcome we were looking for, but the outcome we got nonetheless. And we'll see you in February.